Hey, what's up, guys? I thought Tank was gonna jump on. I don't know where he went. But I was
What
like, oh
happened?
man. All of a sudden you weren't there. I was like, all right.
Yeah, it was like it showed that I was on, but I had to remove myself and it add me back. That was weird.
Oh man.
Oh, my ring light might die. I think it's on its final leg.
Dude, it's been on its final leg for 3 weeks.
It was on the second to last leg. Now it won't stay on. It keeps flickering. So we'll see. What is up, man?
Yeah, no, this has been fun. You know, I've been sending a comment about the chat for the last 10 minutes or so.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Everyone's been having some interesting things to say, talking about movies. Preston has some interesting stuff going on. Some movies that he's doing. He's talking about Ocean's 11. He watched that today. He's going to watch 12 and 13.
Okay.
So I thought that was cool. And then he said he's going to go see X-Men 2. He's watching that tomorrow. I was like, woo.
Yeah. I know he commented on our X-Men video from today and said unless you didn't grow up with X-Men like we did, then the movie might not bother you as much as it did like me and you. But I'm wondering number 3 because number 3 is more.
Yeah. X2 wasn't terrible. It's just if you're an X-Men fan and you liked the comic books at all, and I didn't like some of the casting was good, some of the casting was terrible. That's just what it is. Yeah. It is what it is. You know,
even the storyline for me.
Don't even talk about the storyline.
If you like number 1, you'll like number 2, but number 3 is where I think people started to
no, I don't think anything was good about number 3.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
Some of these comments real quick.
Yeah, get through all of them.
Got in chat. Sorry. Yeah, like I said, Preston was up. Cineview, what is up? I know Cineview did his review for Blue Beetle. I gotta check that one out. I saw it go live right before I left work, so yeah, superhero movie fan. Brandon in. What's up, Brandon, man?
What's going on, fellas?
Not much. Just getting started. You didn't miss much.
Okay. Yeah, I came home from work and just fell asleep on the couch.
That's nice. I don't get to do that.
As soon as I came home, it was like when you go to start.
Yeah, no, I cooked and got everything ready for the kids, and then came down here because I get home late because I work a lot.
Got Dave Show. What's up, Dave Show?
Hey, Dave Show.
Who else we got? We got Mama Bear Ardell. Awesome. So I know she came in our chat, I believe, last week, and then subscribe to her channel. She did some really awesome art, so definitely go check out Mama Bear Ardell. Yeah, she did like the one I saw was like the cyborg with the
I saw that one.
That was good. Did you?
Yeah,
that was really good. So I got to go through some of the backlog and look at some of the other ones. So yeah, go check her out. She's pretty cool. And Dave Show said Strays was funny. Finally saw it today. It's on my list. I heard it's really raunchy though. Really like.
I started today and it was so loud I had to turn it off because the kids were still home. I started this morning and I was like, can't play this right now.
Yeah.
Even my dog was going.
About biting dicks off and. Yeah, there we go. Look, Cineview made my review for Blue Beetle, best superhero film of 2023 so far. Yeah,
definitely better than everyone is saying that's driving me nuts, guys.
It's one of the better ones.
It's
I don't
good.
Yeah,
it doesn't Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, it's no Across the Spider-Verse
or Guardians. I would still put Guardians and Spider-Verse above it.
Like I think Across the Spider-Verse is one of the best superhero like comic book movies ever. And then we're talking about compared to Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle was very good, but I can't wait to get our
now, if you want to say one of the best DC movies in a while, that I'll agree with.
That's easy.
Yeah. but just comic book. But yeah, I mean Guardians and Spider-Verse. I got to admit. Hey, we got Cookie Monster.
Cookie.
What is
Cookie Monster.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Don't tell L though. Don't tell L.
The only good thing about X3 is it got retconned.
Thank you. Thank you.
People don't care about DC Comics or DC comic movies, at least.
Well, I'm actually surprised. $44 million worldwide is not bad. That's not bad for a movie that everyone's talking about. We're talking about. Is it going to
like
be 15, 20?
Somebody was talking about it on Twitter. It was like a bigger channel, and he was like, "There's a chance where Blue Beetle can be like Elemental, where Elemental
I can see
started off slow, but
Mhm.
it got super big international, and I think it's about at a little bit above 450 right now. I think it's at 458.
And the fact that
it's
you're
not bad.
No, so internationally, so I don't know. Horror Geek's not in right now. Horror Geek said it was going to pass across the Spider-Verse. It didn't, but it got damn close. Like it was like within $13 million across the Spider-Verse. So Elemental, though it was domestically, it was like $140 million. Internationally, it was killing it. And if Blue Beetle does that, I'm hoping for it.
Yeah. I mean, 400 for this movie. Granted, the promotion stuff that we'll get into more later. But like Elemental, things could have legs and kind of sneak in, and you're like, oh, it's kind of making a comeback. So
no, this is a leg movie. This is definitely a movie that I wouldn't be surprised if next weekend we see another similar
like 20,
numbers. Yeah, like
20 mil.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's like 25 million, 22, 23 million next week again, and big international numbers. And then we run into Labor Day weekend, right? So it gets new blood, right? So in 3 weeks, I wouldn't be surprised we're talking about it made domestically $100 million domestically in 3 weeks. That's great.
Yeah. I mean, I think either way, this movie's gonna be considered a quote unquote flop. When you compare it to other comic book movies, but if you compare it to what other DC things, I think that's what it needs to first be. If it could be the best DC movie we got since
the Batman,
the last Aquaman, the Batman, I guess.
Batman would be it.
Yeah. But people don't care. But yeah, it's so weird right now with DC. Very off. Thank you. Man. Kevin said Warner Brothers needs a comeback one-hit film. Barbie is not going to change anything at all. If everything else put in theaters keep losing money, they'll get.
But Barbie's going to make all the money. All the money's going to Barbie.
And
already has
Universal. But yeah.
So Oppenheimer's Universal, but Oppenheimer is now going to the top 5 all year. Passing was $700 million or something like that, which is great. But I mean, Barbie, it's going to pass everything. It's going to pass Mario. It's going. It might go 1.4, 1.5.
What's going on,
Zach Attacks, guys? If you know who Zach Attacks is, you need to visit the channel. He is a friend of the show, but he is like literally my favorite channel. If I'm not watching us, I'm probably watching Zach right now. That's just what it is.
Yeah. The good thing is, like, if I'm ever in a pinch and I'm like, Zach, I need somebody to fill in. He's like, what time you guys go on?
Yeah, he's our honorary 4th member or whatever we could do for him. He's so close. He's killing it, picking up and killing it on these subscribers. So please, if you get a chance, please subscribe to Zach Attacks. He's literally the greatest. I love his information. He's like Brandman having his own channel. That's what it is.
His review for Blue Beetle, he kept using that surprise mother, and they cut it off. He's like, calm down. That was funny, man. I'll give you that was funny. Yeah, man. He said, I want you guys for all the support. Man, man. Appreciate you always.
Thank you.
And then Screen Zen review said Blue Beetle was better than I thought. The family element was strong.
It was. You know what? As much as I talked about that grandma, that was pretty cool. It was pretty okay.
She was a little badass, man. I was like, damn, revolutionary. Here, hold on. So we got one more. Are you guys saw Paw Patrol?
I'm seeing both.
Yes. Me and Brandon probably not. At least not yet for me. I got a couple years.
Yeah.
Brandon.
Dude, Paw Patrol, my kids were like, I was trying to give the dude a Blue Beetle review. They're like, it was scary. They see Paw Patrol. They were hugging the poster stand. I'm like, oh my gosh, come on, guys. Even though I've watched a lot of Paw Patrol in my life too, so I wouldn't mind watching the movie. I know all the characters. I know the storylines. I mean, come on, I'm all for it. Ryder's better than Batman. I don't know how he does it. He's better than Batman. He has all the stuff.
What about you, Brandon? You going to see Paw Patrol and Saw?
I'm not sure. Neither of them are on my radar. Paw Paw Patrol. I don't think I've ever watched anything Paw Patrol related in my life.
I watched all of it.
Yeah, and then Saw. I completely forgot they were making a new one. At this point, I'm just kind of. I can't even say I'm done with Saw because I was never really into Saw.
Yeah.
So
the first one was a game changer, but then
yeah,
it's hard to repeat.
Yeah, and then they just started cranking out a new one every year because they're so cheap to make that they always make their money back like right away. So
they make their money back before the movie gets released. Like,
yeah,
they're already ready.
Although this one looks pretty. It looks better than that last one with Chris Rock.
Well, Chris Rock, because they didn't even write that. They just said, "Hey guys, go out there and try something."
Slap shit together. Yeah. So real quick before we move on, I kind of bought something. And I'm kind of, I was debating, and then I bought it, and I'm glad I bought it. But look at this fucking thing; it's pretty awesome.
Oh,
this thing is
that's pretty cool. Oh, I can't wait till my stuff comes tomorrow. Awesome. I can't wait till my stuff comes tomorrow because I bought something very similar to yours.
Yeah, yeah. So it's one of those McFarlane, DC things. Yep. It's big, man, but it's a lot lighter than I expected, which is I guess is good. It is badass though. I am so glad I got it. Like it's pretty detailed. Like those McFarlane DC toys are great.
The best. I literally ordered 2 of them that's coming in tomorrow. Actually, I ordered 2 from Disney too.
Yeah, I saw this and I'm like, I don't know. And I think I sat on it for the night. And I'm like, I'm gonna pull the trigger. I got it. So I was like,
and of course, I went to AMC and got the book bag for Blue Beetle.
Every kid, every little boy, all the kids. There were some girls wearing it too. Every kid had it.
My kids were like, "That's mine, Daddy. I don't care what you say. That's mine." I was like, "You want to fight me for it, baby?"
Yeah, but this is awesome. There's another one, like just the regular toy, just the one standing. But I think I went with this one, and I'm like, all right, but there's a few ones. He has the one with the wings, and he has the one with like the giant sword. But then I saw this, I was like, yeah. So yeah, super psyched about that. I didn't post it on Instagram yet because I wanted to show it here first.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm gonna post it on Instagram. So real quick, as a parent, who's your favorite pup?
Sky. I love Sky. I know Marshall's cool. It's funny. Him tripping all over stuff and being cool because boys and girls both like Marshall. But I'm a Sky fan. Because I had 2 little girls. Mm-hmm. So her doing her little backflip and everything, being so excited. I love Sky. All little boys love Rebel because he's in the Tonka trucks and be able to do all that stuff, and he messes with dirt and all that stuff. Yeah, but that's how it goes. Yeah.
Sky. Yeah. I have no idea who that is.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Yeah. I go Paw Patrol, and I'm like, okay, that's the max. Is just
whatever. You like Bluey.
Hey, Bluey's awesome.
Bluey is not compared to Paw Patrol, dude. Awesome. You don't seem to understand how awesome he is.
Bluey teaches you life lessons, man.
So does Paw Patrol. If you're ever in trouble, call a pup.
Call 911, and I'm good.
Call a pup. You got it.
I got a pup upstairs. He ain't no good. I mean, literally, freaking Bluey in one of the newer episodes, like it talks about miscarriage, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's what people don't like. They say that Bluey does too much.
Huh?
You really don't know
too much for your kids.
As a kid, you don't know it, and I think it explains things very well for a kid level.
But do you want to explain to your 7-year-old? So your son is fine because he doesn't talk about it right now. Yeah, but when Lucas turns 4, he's gonna be like, "Hey, mommy, daddy, what happens when this?" And all of a sudden, you got to open that can of worms that you're not ready to open. And I think that's a lot of the conversation. That and the fact that they keep on doing the dancing with the dad. I'm like, dude,
the stop dancing. The kids thing, and then you're like, oh, let me write this down so I can memorize this for later. So. Because she talked about her sister having a miscarriage and can't have kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. You don't know Ryder. I'm telling you guys, Ryder has more money than Bruce Wayne. Ryder has places all over the place. He's like got Barbie money. Ryder has like,
you're gonna have George Lopez calling
everything.
the matches.
It's crazy. Hey, but Ryder, he don't have any regular friends, and everyone calls him. The police call Ryder. That's how cool he is.
Mm-hmm.
They call him, "Hey, Ryder, I'm in trouble. Can you come get me?" You know.
I love Rubble.
Yeah, Rebel. He's a little bulldog. Yeah. It's a little dump truck.
All right. In the trailer, Grandma was weird. In the movie, she was awesome.
Yeah, she was.
I'm gonna save that because we're gonna bring that up.
Especially when she took out her braids and she had the 2 long braids. You're like, oh yeah, she about that life. Viva la revolution. I was like, yes.
That was
Here
awesome.
we go.
That was so good.
She about that life.
That was so good. Out of the 2, I'm seeing Saw just see how bad it's gonna be this time. Yeah. Maybe it might get 1 or 2 cool kills. There you go. Mama Bear like statue. Zach was Fuego.
That's Fuego.
Yeah. Dude, I saw it at Target, and I came home like legit, like it was bothering me all night. I'm like, I'm gonna get it.
I got 2 boxes over here that I was gonna open, but I'm gonna wait to
get it.
See what it is.
Yo, what is it? Y'all surprised the people got romantically obsessed with Bandit. Yeah, it seems he's surprisingly hot. Yeah, Bandit's the dad, and people just love the dad.
Oh my god.
We're talking about a dog, right?
Yeah.
An Australian dog on top of that.
A dingo, basically.
No, he's a healer. That was his last name. The healer. Which is funny. Last name.
It's terrible. Go on, let me correct you. Yeah, I'm here. B, I'm telling you, it's going to be more. We'll just watch.
He might like this movie. Like, after this movie, I actually thought about Brandon Davis, and I'm like, he might like this movie. The music is awesome. I think it's very like old school comic book movie. Not old school. My God. I mean, I guess at this point, right? You know, but it's very Marvel Phase 1, Phase 2 kind of.
I do have some questions. I have some questions for you guys. Like what happened? How does this person understand this person? And when we get there, I have to ask questions. I'm like,
this is why you guys got monetized arguing over Paw Patrol. That's where the money's at, man.
Oh, Paw you have Patrol to understand, man. I don't argue over Bluey because I've watched a lot of Bluey in my life.
I've all of it, and then the new I think 6 or 7 new episodes dropped in July, and I mean my girlfriend were like, you know, all hyped about Bluey.
I don't know if it dropped. It's just, like Miraculous. I've watched so much Miraculous. It's ridiculous.
I don't even know what Miraculous.
Dude, this Ladybug and the Cat Noir, or you don't know Miraculous. Simply
Not
the
yet.
best.
Not yet. Luckily, he's only gonna be 1. Writer's a Time Lord.
Dude, he's off the chain.
The king of the Paw Patrol. I watched that new Gal Gadot movie. It was cool. Was it okay? Because I've heard a lot of bad things about it.
I was pretty indifferent to it. I didn't I didn't really think one thing either way about it. Like I didn't dislike it at all, but at the same time I just didn't quite like it very much, if that makes sense. It was
just okay.
It was just okay. It's something.
It's a movie.
Yeah. It's. I think that's probably the most apt description. It's a movie.
I heard a lot of people saying like, "Oh, yeah, she's not that great of an actress."
And you know what?
I disagree with that. I think she's a good actress.
I think she's a fine enough actress for the roles she selects. I'm not really. I was never really terribly wowed by her in anything I've seen her in, but I think she does her job competently enough.
I think she's getting hate because of all the other stuff. She's getting blowback hate. That's all it is. I think it has less to do about her and more to do about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't think she's ever the problem when it comes to anything that she's in. You know, like the first Wonder Woman, I thought she was pretty good in, and then the appearances after that, it was less about her and the content and more about the content she was working with.
Mm-hmm. But she was fine.
Yeah, she does her job fine enough.
She got him better over time, though. I'll give her that. Like the first time I saw her, I'm like, but she's definitely gotten better.
Yeah,
you know?
I didn't hate her in any of the Fast movies. I thought
I never hate her, but
no.
I mean, I think the best spot for an actress like her, or first becoming an actress, is the Fast and Furious, because you could be corny and over the top and kind of not a great seasoned actor, and like it fits with the Fast saga. So
I thought that she was fine. I mean, and then when she took off her bottom and she got the guy to put a handprint, I thought that was pretty awesome. I had no problem with that at all. None at all.
Yeah, I think she's. Yeah, I think as an actress, she's just fine.
Yeah.
Not that she's going to win, an
Oscar
tomorrow, but it's for the movie. It's fine.
Yeah. It's on my watch list. That new one she's in. I do want to see it. It's on YouTube, right? Or not YouTube?
Yeah, it's on
Netflix.
Netflix.
Yeah. Keep going. The new shield of movie tubers. Hello. I'm back. You didn't miss much. So I did. This is one of the topics I want to get into real quick. So I'm gonna save that and we'll come back to it real quick. Dude, you have to watch Miraculous.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. You don't understand. So it's I guess you could call it. I don't know if you call it manga or would you call it just overall anime. It's kind of. I guess you could call it anime, but it's a good story. It's really cool. Miraculous is Ladybug. It's originally in French. Everything's in French. And they do voiceover.
I've seen
the Miraculous Ladybug. Come on, man. That's you gotta know that.
I never watched it, but I've seen commercials.
I was watching it, and then my kids were like, "Hey, let's watch the movie." I was like, "I don't want us. Let's go ahead and watch it," because I really do want to. I did want to see it. I want to know what's happening.
Yeah. Dave says one time one. Blue Beetle. I'll save that for it, but I know you said it's one of your favorite of the year. Save that for
12 all time.
Well, all time or all time this year?
Yeah, like it literally on my list of this year. It's number 12 this year. All time. That's
How many movies have you watched?
Well, I know he's on a binge.
No, I'm kidding.
Do like a
I'm kidding. But no. No, when we get to Blue Beetle, yeah, we'll talk about it. But I myself really enjoyed it.
I lied. It's 13. I'm sorry. I lied, guys. They clone Tyrone beat it. It's at 12 still.
I put this above they clone Tyrone.
I put it right below.
I think
it's right there.
I think I just cracked the top 10. I think this is number 9. Yeah. I love it. I got you. Quick. All right. They're just okay. I've been this year isn't great. Yeah. But honestly, when it comes to a spy movie, all about Tom Cruise. That's just comparing.
Yeah, okay. I understand that. I mean, when I think about spy movies, I think about Tom Cruise. And I think about Matt Damon. The Bourne stuff.
Bourne
Bourne. Yeah. That's what I think of. So it's hard.
Yeah.
And even Hemsworth. I mean,
Extraction.
Extraction.
Is that really? It's not really a spy.
Yeah, is that a spy movie?
Well, to extract somebody, you have to kind of. I guess it's not really a spy movie, but it's.
He just goes in and blows up a whole
shit up.
Let's go.
And gets them out.
Kind of. Then superhero fan said, I have 60 movies to watch until the end of the year, and they're not coming here.
Wow.
So. Oh, you're trying to get 200 or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's akin to Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Exactly.
Really?
Exactly.
Really?
Yeah.
You're comparing the Ladybug thing to Avatar: The Last Airbender?
It has a way more following. Ladybug has a much bigger following than The Last Airbender. We like The Last Airbender, but the following is bigger for Ladybug. People lose their damn mind.
I mean,
it's all over the world.
SpongeBob has a bigger following, but does it mean it's better?
No, it's all over the world. You understand? Like internationally, this is the ish. Yeah. Ladybug, Miraculous Ladybug is unbelievable. This is not like a fly by night thing. This is it's quality programming, and it's international. It's huge.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Real quick. Sony Pictures upcoming film The Equalizer 3 Gran Turismo will do decent box office.
Hey,
I've seen Gran Turismo.
I seen it too.
That was awesome. Equalizer is gonna crush it.
I wish we could do a review of Gran Turismo. I enjoyed it. Equalizer, come on, Denzel being badass is the last one.
Mhm.
Man, my wife already said she already signed us up twice. I was like, we didn't see the first one. How you gonna get the second tickets already? It's like, we got 3 tickets. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
What is it? It's nice. It's nice. The main character, Johnny. What?
Since Mia Khalifa. Oh, wow.
Yeah. I don't even know. It just came out of nowhere, man. You just slid in. And
slid in.
Exactly. Kevin Davis, Haunted Mansion and Elemental will do well.
Oh, hell yeah.
I think Haunted Mansion.
Yeah. I think it got so much hate, but that movie was very good. I enjoyed it.
I thought it was a lot of fun. I think all of us did, right? Because we did our review on it.
Yeah.
But it hasn't even cracked 100.
I know. That's because it has no international. You know why it doesn't have international? You want to know why?
Danny DeVito? They don't like short people.
They don't like something they don't like.
Yeah.
It's too much color in that movie.
Oh man. But yeah, Haunted Mansion was a lot of fun, man. I mean, I really enjoyed it. Even I told my girlfriend, I'm like, yeah, people are hating on it. It was good. I'm like, it was really good. It was fun.
It was great. I mean,
Rosario Dawson was great. Like all
the little boy was cool too.
The little boy was cool. Man. Yeah. It just came out at the wrong time.
Yeah, 100%. But it's gonna come out probably right around Halloween. Like I can see that sometime in October, and I think this might be. I'm not comparing it to Hocus Pocus, but it'll be one of those Hocus Pocus things where like you watch it in Halloween, and it might get a little bit of a following.
10 times better than the old Haunted Mansion.
Oh,
10 times better.
Yeah, that goes without saying.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna get into our first topic. Or we said Haunted Mansion is my 7 or 8 this year.
Yeah, I mean it was fun. It was. It's lower on my list.
I think mine's maybe in the 15-20 range.
It is exactly number 15 for me.
Yeah, I think
right behind Cecil, in front of the Flash. Yeah, that's exactly where it is.
And Mama Bear said theaters are too expensive now. It used to be that it'll be cheap night out, and now you're dropping $100 easy. Sometimes it's like $100 for your whole family.
Hey, I did spend $100, but I also bought a $30 book bag that I'm never going to use.
Yeah, and then the drinks and the food, like AMC, like we get the pass, which is about $25 a month, and you can see 3 movies a week. Which is great. And then what they give me was with the food. Some of that food is really good, man. That little flat bread pizza. It's not bad. It's not the greatest. Don't get me wrong. I'd rather go somewhere else. But being for like movie theater food, not bad, man.
What gets me is like, so every $25 you get, every $100 you spend, you get $5 back.
Yeah.
So no matter what, in a month you're gonna get $5 coupon or whatever for it, and it adds up. I have like $50 in coupons right now, just because I've had it for such a long time.
I use mine instantly. Oh, $5 here, use that. I don't let it build.
Oh, nickel. Like, here, use it.
Exactly. I don't know, man. This app might crash next time. Use it now. But it
does add up though. It does.
Especially if you go with kids, they want popcorn, they want a drink.
I just don't know. I've never bought candy from a movie theater. We go to a dollar store.
Yeah, it's true that.
I'm talking about. I came in with Sour Patch Kids in both my side back pockets. Here we go. Ready to go, guys.
It's worth it for movie fans to have AMC A-list. It is 100%.
Yeah.
Yep. I got it.
If you're gonna go, it makes so much more sense, and you save so much money.
Because it's 3 movies a week, right? But if you just go 3 times a month, it pays for itself.
Exactly.
So anything after that, especially the last couple months, we've been going like 5-6 times a month.
Yeah, easily.
You know, as long as you not
you have to like try and Matrix that boy. You know what I was watching today or yesterday? The Matrix 4.
What'd you do that to yourself for?
It really was not good. I watched that. I was like, man, I'm gonna give it a chance. Maybe I was wrong. And I was like, man, you try to be when you try to be meta, not just be meta, but when you can see the attempt coming. That was the problem with the Matrix. They tried to do it, and you did not stick your landing at all. just stop trying, guys.
There you go. And Regal Unlimited. Regal, it survived the pandemic and did everything. Regal's in a really good spot right now. AMC is not in a good place financially.
I heard.
So Regal might start taking over within the next couple years if AMC doesn't get it together like ASAP, like right now. Like the end of this year into the next quarter of the year, like they need to figure that shit out fast.
Regal's theaters are nicer than AMC's, honestly.
I think about this, at least the ones I've been to. I haven't been to a Regal in a while though.
Oh, I just went to one when I was in Florida. It was off the chain.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you get a movie a day. Nice. It's got such points stuff.
Free stuff, yeah.
$23 to do it. All right, so let's get into our I got a few topics. I got somewhat of a plan today.
What?
So
since when?
Right? I know, right? So Zach brought this up. He goes, looking to pre-order the Steel Book. I know he's talking about something else, but that brought me into this. So Disney just announced that we're getting a 4K Steelbook for Loki, for WandaVision, and for Mandalorian Season 1 and Season 2. So
I've gotten all these in the last 3 weeks.
Jesus, man.
The last 3 weeks.
From where?
Just places. I can't help it. Like this one, just John Wick one, is so very cool.
Yeah.
I love that one. I have so much crap. I have a problem, guys. I don't know. I'm waiting for my Last Dragon one. I have this one, but I can't wait till the Last Dragon comes in. Creed, Avatar, Supernatural, Guardians, and Super Mario Brothers.
See, I know Luke Ponto, and probably I know Dane from Cold Lords. Every time they see a DVD, they buy it. And for me, I'm a little bit more picky. If I want it, then I'll buy it. I'm not gonna buy it just because it's there.
I think I have to. If the world ended and I want to see the movie again, that's when I'll get it. If I actually think I might want to see this movie again.
Yeah.
Dragons, but I didn't go buy Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. That's why I was like, Loki Season 1, I don't know if I would want to see it. It definitely looks pretty.
It does.
Vision
is it
nice.
Actually disc in there? Because honestly, my worry about them is that they will give you a Steelbook with no disc. It'd be straight.
It was not a video game.
No, they're doing it.
UHD.
I was like, Disney's been doing that a lot, selling stuff in Walmart without anything in it. Like you just buy in the box for a digital code.
Is it supposed to be like that? Because I know people steal the code or the thing.
No, Steelbooks. You look online, Google, it says the Steelbooks without disc.
I wouldn't. I hate when video games do it, but for movies, I want the 4K because I'm gonna get a 4K player to go with my 4K TV. So, but I don't know. Would you guys buy Loki or WandaVision?
I don't think I would.
I would buy Loki.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I like both, but
I probably wouldn't buy WandaVision, but I would buy Loki because I think Loki Season 2 is gonna be good too, and I'll have both of them. I think it's really the connecting fiber and a lot of the stuff that Marvel's been doing. WandaVision is good, but I just because I love love her, but yeah. So WandaVision Steelbook edition with no disc actually inside of it. WandaVision Steelbook with no disc. It's all over the place.
I wonder if that's got to be an issue then.
Yeah, it's all over the place right now.
Yeah, because here, I mean, it shows the disc here. So.
Yeah, WandaVision Steelbook unveiled doesn't include any disc.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that because I mean, even here, like the picture on the inside is like it has spot for 2 discs and they're right there. So
No,
yeah,
and they do that. And the ones you don't get, they do have a spot for the 2 disc. There's just nothing there.
I would be really, really pissed off.
Yeah, it was a huge thing. Yeah.
I would. Well, it's saying here, WandaVision. This is the 4K UHD. WandaVision comes out in 11/28, so November. At the end, and then Loki comes out next month. 9/26. But then Mando season 1 and Mando season 2 comes out 1, 2, and 12/12.
Is it weird that I probably get season 1, but not season 2?
Oh, well, season 1 and 2 is the complete story, though. That's what I was, because season 1 starts in and season 2 ends in, and season 3 is a whole nother
ish. Yeah, that's something totally different.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. So, would you guys buy Mando season 1 or season 2? That looks cool, especially with Grogu, The Rock.
Obviously, I buy everything, so yes.
I might, yeah.
I have a problem.
Yeah.
I have a problem. I'll buy it.
I might. I think on Twitter I put in I'm probably gonna buy the Mandalorian stuff just because it looks cool, and I really, really enjoyed Mandalorian like a lot. Like season 1, season 2 was great Star Wars.
Season 1 I feel like was so good. Season 2 finished the story and I liked it, and I liked following it. But season 1 was just so
season 2
good.
brings back Luke.
Season 1 was amazing.
You did bring back Luke.
Yeah. Season 1 was amazing because like you didn't expect to see a baby Yoda, and you're just like, what? Like
I thought every story, every week I was like, what are they going to do now?
Yeah.
This is nuts.
I want them off if they come
with disc.
Yeah, I want the disc. I want the actual ones.
So why would I buy a steelbook for something that the point is that you're getting physical media, because if everything else in the world goes down, I have my thing.
Yep. But yeah, I'm probably gonna get Mando with Loki and WandaVision. I probably won't. I don't know. I've collected every single MCU movie except for Wakanda Forever. I didn't buy that one.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, but every single one I've bought, and I've watched multiple times. And it's once they started releasing the 4K or the steel books. I'm trying to get the steel books now, but like even all the old ones, like the 4K Blu-ray digital code, I got pretty much all of it from Iron Man 1 until
that'd be a great combination to have. I mean,
yeah, that's why it's like, do I keep buying more? Even though it's a show, but
you buy the movies, you leave the shows alone.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But I am more of a Star Wars head than an MCU guy, so you gotta buy it.
All right. You have a problem if you go buy, if you buy Andor, that might be a problem. If you buy
I like good stuff. Well, also like this coming out, I think it's a good time to release like something like this, because then you got Ahsoka coming out tomorrow. So
dude, I can't wait to talk about that. That's what I want to talk about. The fact what they did, Ahsoka. That's they're geniuses. They're freaking geniuses.
Are we gonna skip Pan and Grizzly tomorrow and do Spoiler Kings again? Just
probably,
because it comes out prime time. The Ahsoka show comes out prime time. You're talking about, I think it's 7 o'clock.
I might record something for the Spoiler Kings to play it. Just like, look, guys, Ahsoka they're just so smart to do that. And what they did is they released it early, and it got all this positive feedback. And they said, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna release it prime time on Tuesday, so no one's gonna go without. On the West Coast, you get it at 6 o'clock. You get home from work, you sit down, you get to watch Ahsoka, and it's 2 episodes. It's an hour and 35 minutes, and everyone is saying it's great. Everybody's saying it's great.
I don't know. So maybe because for us, I believe that's 7 o'clock An hour and a half, 8:30. So, like, do we come back at 9 and just talk about Ahsoka?
I was wondering about that.
No, so it's 8 o'clock for us.
Is it 8 o'clock?
Okay.
That's still a 9:30. That's our normal.
That's our normal time. Yeah.
That's our normal late time. Yeah. But cool. Okay, let's go through some of these comments real quick.
I agree with Kevin.
Let's see. These are beautiful. Yeah. And then a person said, "Give me that Loki."
I tell you that Loki. I mean, because Loki season 2, I think it's gonna be great too.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. Yeah. Why would I order any of that if I pay the subscription every month? That's double dipping. Yeah. And that's kind of the thing. It's like you can watch it whenever it stays on MCU or on Disney Plus, but at any time, like
they can pull it.
They can pull it. The Crater, perfect example. Crater was a really good movie and it stayed for a couple months, and they're like, "You're done."
Was it a couple of months? I don't even know if it made it a
month. It didn't even feel like that. Yeah.
No, I think it was like, it might have been. No, it was like May, wasn't it?
It was like 4 weeks. I
don't know. They pulled it way too soon, but I don't know why either. It doesn't make any sense. But also, I like having physical media because just in case I want to, I think that's my thing. Because I have a bunch of digital movies.
I'm just waiting for the solar flare that wipes out everything else. And while you guys can't talk about and watch movies, I'm gonna be like,
you're gonna take out your DVD player too.
No,
you're gonna spin it really quick.
I'll have it no matter what.
Yeah.
It might take out my computer, but I'll have my DVD player and I'll have an old TV just in case. Where all y'all getting rid of y'all tubes,
give it the power.
I got my tubes.
Yeah. Humble official release of the 1993 Mario Brothers movie. I have that on VHS.
I have it on VHS too. I thought I was the only one.
It's upstairs. Oh my god!
It's right there.
Zach said, "Oh my god, we'll fight Disney X if they send it without this." Yeah, that's so stupid.
Like, well, if you guys ever look at WandaVision Steelbook with no disc, it's a huge thing. IGN did it, TV Line did it, CBR was talking about it, Pick Click was on it, Reddit is all over Reddit, so it's crazy.
Yeah, because I know the seasons came out already, like on Blu-ray and stuff, but not like these are the 4K Steelbooks, but the Blu-rays they've been out for a while now. Yeah. But I wonder if it had to be.
Yeah, but those are the ones that came up with no disc.
Yeah. Oh, that's trying to unmess it up. The Mama Bear said hard copies can't be changed. Exactly. I had a roommate that had the original version of Jedi.
What?
I did have the original. Cool. I did have the original on VHS, the 3, and I think they got put in a box. They got donated.
Oh my god! Someone out there got that?
Yeah, wow. I mean, I see them at Google all the time. VHS.
No. The original.
The original.
The original 2?
Yeah. Original the 3. The original 3. All they came in a box.
Wasn't it? So
it was before. It was even before they were labeled. Episode. 4, 5, 6.
Trilogy. It was just a trilogy. Whatever.
It was just 1, 2, and 3. When they were the only 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, it was my grandfather's, and I think it got donated somehow else. Really good stuff. But
it'll
before
it'll be more safe for now.
Yeah. Before they put Anakin, because now Anakin's at the end of the movie.
Yep.
And so and I heard they're doing that too with Into the Spider-Verse. Is the digital stuff that's out right now? I guess they changed the scene. They changed it from the theater to the digital release. They changed the scene, and I mean, I guess
really,
that was one thing they're saying. I don't know why. It might be just for copyright, like, we can't put it on Apple or Google or something like that. So we have to change something, but that does suck. I hate it. See, they have Steelbook 4Ks, the old Mario movies.
They do. Wow.
That'd be fun. I would buy better shows in Steelbook, Loki and Wanda. Yeah, buy the better shows. I mean, Loki and Wanda were
are the two best. But I do like Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Or I enjoy that for me, for who I am. I enjoyed it. It was a good story for me.
It was good. I enjoyed it too. Fun. Those shows were depressing. Love them, but don't want to rewatch them. Kinda. I mean, they really both were.
Wanda was hard.
Yeah.
A steelbook without disc, I'll pass. I have a couple of them up here, all from video games. They're doing it with the Spider-Man video game.
Yep.
Hey, here's the steelbook. No game. Like,
wanna riot.
Dropping $120 and don't even get the actual game.
It better be actual steel.
Was that Arrow, right? If there's no disc, I'll pass. Yeah. It said, "Where's the Falcon Winter Soldier? Hawkeye, Obi-Wan, Boba Fett. Oh, they deserve it."
No,
I think some of them have the Blu-ray. I could be wrong. I would have to double check.
I don't know if a Hawkeye, Obi-Wan Kenobi, or Boba Fett deserve Blu-ray. They deserve DVD, regular DVD.
I might buy Miss Marvel. I might end up buying Miss Marvel if they release Miss Marvel in 4K, because that's her like actual beginnings. Where WandaVision is a continuation of characters we already seen in the movies. Loki's a continuation of the character. Where Miss Marvel, she starts off in the Disney Plus. So maybe I might buy Miss Marvel. And I really like Miss Marvel.
Yeah, it was
I liked it. I really liked it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Mando season 1, best season.
Yeah.
It's so hard. I mean, one's like A1 and one's like 1A.
The best part about season 2 was Luke Skywalker, but and Ahsoka. But really, you didn't know what the hell you're getting in season 1 of Mandalorian. That was just amazing.
It was so fresh. It was so new, so different. But still felt like if you felt like you already knew what was going on. Like nothing fell out of place. It was just a new story. It was great. I want them all if they come with this. I can see them doing Mando season 3 box set with the 3 Boba Fett episodes featuring them renamed as Mandalorian.
That's funny. That's true.
It's gonna come in like a trash can.
Boba Fett-Lorian.
Yeah, but yeah, that's some news that came out today, and I was kind of like, kind of interesting, that they're doing this for some of their more popular Disney Plus shows.
Whatever you gotta do to make money on Disney Plus, that's what they're doing right now. They're trying to figure out a way to make money because Disney Plus is just not doing it.
Yeah, Disney's like, well, then I wonder if this counts as like revenue towards Disney Plus.
It has to.
They're all shows made from that, so yeah.
So it'll add to the bottom line.
But
makes sense.
But cool. Yeah, let us know in the comments if you're watching on replay. Let us know what you think about these steel books from the Disney Plus shows. But let's move on to our next topic. So I got one more topic, which I know.
I can't believe it's not Ahsoka. I can't believe you had a topic not named Ahsoka.
I mean, what else are we gonna say about it?
It's greatness. Well, talk about all the stuff that they're talking about. I mean, honestly, we already talked about the length of time, all the positive reviews we're getting right now. Just the fact that they're doing it on prime time is just so smart. I really think that it's going to do so well because of it. I mean, they're going to blow numbers out the water. Like, it's going to be the most highly rated Disney Plus thing ever released. And if it's good and they do that, dude, I mean, that's going to do wonders for Star Wars.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Star Wars needs a win, and Ahsoka looks like it's yeah. But I mean, I don't expect anything too bad from Dave Filoni, right? I mean, Dave Filoni is to me the true successor of the Star Wars legacy. He was taught, because they like you have the actors that were taught things from George Lucas, but Dave Filoni was taught the world building and how to build everything. You know, like he taught, you know, what was it, Kristen? What's his name? Anakin.
Hayden Christensen.
Hayden Christensen. Like he taught him how to play Anakin. He taught Obi-Wan or Ewan McGregor how to play Obi-Wan. He taught Filoni to expand the world and expand the universe and be this creator of stuff, especially with the Clone Wars, and then obviously, you know, again with Rebels. So it's like, like he was passed on the real keys to the Lucasfilm thing, and then I don't know. I have a lot of faith in him. I think he's good.
I said, like Say was saying, I'm so glad they released it in primetime weekly. I think that's.
Are they doing it weekly?
Yeah,
primetime or just the first?
I didn't know if it was just this 1 and 2, but it makes sense if they do it weekly to get people to see it during prime time. Because you know what I saw is that most people are no longer watching TV for TV shows. So if you have a weekly drop that's during prime time, first of all, you're gonna get your Disney Plus memberships up. You know, all that stuff is just smart. You know, and if you have a great show, milk it. And he says, hopefully it will become the next water cooler show. That's what we need to have. You need it to just blow things out the water. You want to change things because of it. And that's what's smart about it, you know? And as Zach just said, a lot of people don't have Disney Plus, but I bet you they get stuff. They'll sell more Disney Plus just because of this. And we're like releasing it during prime time.
Yeah.
Because no one wants to be without knowing what the hell's going on.
All the early reactions are all being praised. You know, everyone's praising the first 2 episodes, how great it is, how familiar it is. The only bad thing I've heard is it really drops you in. So if you never watched Rebels, you might be a little bit lost in the beginning. But
I heard people that saying I didn't never watch Rebels, and now I'm going to go watch Rebels because it's so
yeah,
good.
Yeah. So that'd be the best way to do it. But if you never watched Rebels, I think you'd be all right. But yeah, I think if you are a fan, you watch it before, and it's even more like hype because it's the next season. It's the next season of Rebels, starring Ahsoka. But I'm trying to look up every release weekly.
Let's see. I'll come back to all the other ones. I'll just say. What's up, Anzu? So
what's going on?
Hey, I saw your release, your box opening episode, dude. That was very cool. He opened this box because he wanted the Funko Pops from us, right? So he actually released a video of him opening the box, and he was trying to open the box for like 5 minutes because Tank is a professional shipper, and
actually, it was because they were Funkos. Because they were Funkos, I reinforced the corners because I didn't want the corners to get beat up. So I put reinforced corners.
He's like, you could tell someone knows what they're doing. He wanted to make sure these boxes, none of this problem was going to be broken. He did, and he put in bubble wrap, and everything was great. And you did such a good job that the cat jumped into the box too. He was like, man, what the hell is that?
There you go, and you got a cat toy for free.
So it was so cool.
Yeah.
Tony's in the building. What's up, Tony?
Hey.
So I know we got a lot of stuff to get to, but I want to get what Zach said right here. I think the fact that Ahsoka is so tied to the animated show, it won't blow up because of accessibility, but it might be great quality. I think releasing it during you know the time they're releasing it is going to bring more people, more eyes to it, and actually get people to try to watch what's going on. It's just smart to release it when they're doing it now.
So it looks like it's going to be Tuesdays.
So it will be during prime time.
October 3rd.
Wow. Yeah. So prime time. That's smart.
Man, it went from everything being released on a Thursday, then they went to a Wednesday. Now they're trying out Tuesdays.
Tuesday at prime time. Because what else do you watch Tuesday at prime time besides the Panda and Grizzly show? What else are you gonna watch during prime time? I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
There's no football to compete.
That's
Thursdays you have football to compete. You know. Yeah. Tuesdays is a smart day.
Yeah. That's why Wednesday was okay, but Wednesday's hump day. People were kind of I think Tuesday would be good because especially coming in, you know, right where football season starts. Monday, everyone watches football Monday, you know, for most people, and then Tuesday you just kind of keep that vibe kind of going. Come home and get ready, watch it.
Exactly.
So I can see it.
Yeah, so Derpy said, tomorrow night is where the fun begins.
I like that.
That's a lot, man, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And then screens and reviews. I'm interested in Ahsoka's relationship with Vader, training, etc. She's one of the few people, as they said in the trailer, she's one of the few people that know what happened to him, who he became. She's one of the few. So that's really cool.
Yeah. So. But they kind of touched it a little bit in Rebels. So I wouldn't get really deep dive into it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
Yep, that's all I want. I just kind of want to talk about that because I thought that it's so smart what they're doing, and this could be a game changer for Disney. This could be one of those things that increases them like huge. Like we have a huge spike in viewership. I don't know if you guys saw the numbers because we were talking about streaming numbers. I think Hulu had like Netflix had 22.3% of all streaming services, and then it kind of broke down from from Hulu and Netflix is number one.
Netflix,
at 22.3, and then then we get kind of goes to Hulu, Prime, Apple, like
and Prime. I'm surprised that it's not higher, but I get it's like second because everyone already has Amazon Prime, so you automatically have Prime Video.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, but damn, I mean, Hulu's is up there. So, but in YouTube is actually I think it was number one. I think YouTube was number one, but the percentages are breaking down. So, but Disney was very low. I think it was like 9%. If they go from 9 to 12, this is worth everything. That's worth billions of dollars, billions of screens.
Yeah.
And doing those type of things, it's just smart.
Yeah. If this happens, if this Ahsoka show does something like that, say go from 9 to 12, brings in a lot of viewers, brings in new subscribers, what are the odds that that might be the final,
domino, whatever
that KK's done?
That's what I was just thinking.
And Filoni, they just like, here you go, Filoni.
Here's the keys. Keys to the car. Mm-hmm. It'll be a caveat, like it'll be like, here's the keys to the car, but you need a driver.
you need a.
You determine where we go, but you need someone that's in the front seat that's actually driving it. Go
like, no, you drive it, but you need a navigator. Like those race car drivers that do those races. That you need somebody to kind of tell you where to turn and stuff.
Like, go ahead, go Favreau, go do that.
Yeah. Which I can see that. Whereas, like, yeah, he's there, but he doesn't need to be there all the time. Stuff like that. That'd be a good relationship. It's like you're doing it, but I can also see Filoni is like, I already have these. Like he leans back, like puts his hands up. I already know I'm the boss. I've always had the keys. That's funny.
What is the precursor to Ahsoka? Is it Rebels? Is that the show? That show? Yes. And you should definitely check it out.
It's really good. I think 3 or 4 seasons.
4.
Yeah, something like that. It's really good. Really good. By the end, I mean, man, you're gonna be soaking all those characters. Yeah, you're gonna be soaking in.
Ezra might be the best character of all of them, but whatever. Well, before we get there, I don't want to argue that point yet.
Yeah, there's an argument for each of the characters are really amazing.
Everyone's gonna love Sabine at the beginning. Everyone's gonna love her. So just enjoy what it is tomorrow.
Derby said, I hope they don't bait Thrawn. I hope that too. It doesn't look like it from the trailer. And other shows kind of setting it up. Like talking about Thrawn already.
Yeah, so, he's gonna be.
Yeah, he's gonna be a big. I'm more concerned about them baiting Ezra than Thrawn.
I think when Thrawn comes back, Ezra comes back that same episode.
That'd be cool.
Because they're both in the land beyond.
Space whales took them both.
So they're both there. So and somehow Thrawn is communicating with everybody. So I'm thinking as soon as he comes back, Ezra comes back. As soon as they figure out a way to come back.
Yeah. About that. So it starts tomorrow. Yep.
Yeah.
Starts tomorrow, right? Except prime time, man. That's great. We haven't had any show in a long time that like, well, not just on streaming, but just on basic TV, where people can just like everyone's talking about. I think what Game of Thrones might have been one of the last ones, but it was like the Game of Thrones, Parks and Rec, The Office. Those are like shows that were like those like primetime kind of shows, and everyone every week watched it. You know,
we haven't had a sitcom that was prime time like that for a long time that everyone cared about. And this is what this giving me that type of feeling that they think this is going to be such a love fest that people are going to like stop what they're doing and watch it, give it all its attention. So I don't know. I wonder what everyone else is going to think about it, but this is something that we're just thinking about, and it's a lot coming in, and we are going to be blessed to watch this stuff in less than 24 hours. So, you know, I just want to make sure we talk about that all this information, and you know, then we can let Tank go on with his rest of his plan.
Right. I always love talking Star Wars, so but I just like less than 24 hours, like you said.
Oh but, no, don't! I know the next topic is going to be good.
Yep, yeah, you see it down there. So leave a comment down below if you're watching on replay. Let us know what you think about Ahsoka. I'll probably have to release this like tomorrow before the show drops. So there's gonna be a first cut one. But yeah, let us know what you think about it. And if you were watching this afterward, you know what you think about Ahsoka. If you like it, if not, we'll be right with our predictions. But cool. Let's move on to our next topic. Real quick, so we got a couple.
We got lots of comments that I kind of skipped over.
Yeah. So Brand said, what happened to that black chick from Obi-Wan? They just killed her storyline. Talking about Reva.
Yeah,
Reva.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, she's not dead.
They're going to talk about this stuff because beyond, I mean, the sisters. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that this stuff kind of starts matching. I mean, meshing in.
What do you think about that, Brandon?
If it was going to be anyone to rub it in, it would be Tank.
I don't know. What do you think? What do you think, Brandon? What do you think with Reva? Should they continue? Should they kill it?
They could. It's just a question of where. I think obviously the best place that she would fit in would be a potential Obi-Wan season 2 of Obi-Wan. I think that's, you know, relegating her to that corner of the universe would probably be the best course of action.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really sure.
You think the actress will want to come back after all the hate she got?
Who's going to say no to a paycheck any way you slice it?
A lot of people.
Disney paycheck.
Well, yeah,
that's for a lot more money.
Depends on how much hate you're going to get.
You're not going to say no to Disney money.
Jar Jar did.
Who?
Jar Jar.
I'm my best.
Yeah, I'm my best. It's like, yeah, I'm good without it. There's a lot of people that will be good without it. It depends on how much it affects your life.
Yeah, and then he returned years back.
Yeah, but it took a decade.
He still came back.
It took him like years to be able to get through that stuff.
He still came back.
I think she handled it a little bit better though.
Yeah, and you know that type of hate, you know, it's pretty run of the mill at this point in time. Just rabid, you know, just it pops up pretty much with everything. You know, like heck, like Ayo Edebiri, who played April or who voiced April, you know, her, or Iman Vellani, Miss Marvel. It's almost to be expected nowadays. So yeah, I wouldn't. But to answer the question, I wouldn't mind her coming back. It's just a question of where Reva's placed. It would have to make narrative sense. Like if they do another season of Obi-Wan, I'd like to see her there. Other than that, I'm not quite sure where she'd fit.
You know the problem with Obi-Wan was?
What's that?
There are no stakes. You already knew, like, looking at these people, like, I already know what's going to happen with all these Luke. I know what's happening already. You know, like, there's nothing you could tell me, like, he's not going to die. It's not going to happen. Like, you know, you can't use characters that we know what's going to happen in the future for them and try to make an interesting storyline. It has to be something we didn't know about. There has to be something in between that we do not know about. I think that's the issue with it with having a season 2 for Obi-Wan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cleves, so yeah, real quick, see for yourself said that they don't think they're coming back. Cleves brings up a really good kind of thing. It would be crazy if Reva is related to Finn. That two on the nose were like that they're related, or is that interesting?
But I mean,
I think that's
kind
kind of
it's the force sensitivity that kind of gets me being thoughtful.
Yeah, where like Reva was strong enough,
but
she's older.
Remember, she was a Jedi.
Yeah, she was a Jedi. I think she was like
a foundling. She's
but it was like if she was much older, and say like, so Finn's her younger brother, or something like that. Or but how many years would that be?
It might be hard.
You're talking about it might be already a little too.
It might be too far away, but it'd be close. I mean, it'll be interesting to see that it could be enough years that could be mother. And
a mother,
that's enough time for that.
Ooh, that'll be see now if Reva is Finn's mother, that'll be really interesting. That'll be a really interesting way to go.
All that stuff. It makes more sense for me.
But like she winds up getting captured and giving birth while she's in prison. Finn, because he was a baby when they first made him a stormtrooper. He becomes a stormtrooper
exactly
right out of birth. They're like, oh, we're gonna steal your baby. That would be so good, man. I think that would fix Reva to a point, to an extent, not altogether. It would fix Reva a little bit, where people will, I think, feel for her a little bit more, because like she literally gets her son ripped away from her,
which is in the Star Wars lore. So it's still following the same process that you see all the time happening in Star Wars, because the same thing happened. It was episode 3, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It'll be the continuation of that, but then on a different level. So I mean, that might be interesting.
It would give my brain fart on his name. The guy who plays Finn,
John
Boyega, like a good reason to come back, because he'd say he's already coming back. It was like, hey, if you want to do a solo film and you can find this out, then you have to deal with that trauma and stuff like that. So I think that'll be.
He just has to have a great story.
Yeah, I think that would be great. I think if he finds out, Reva was his mom and all that stuff happens, I think that could fix a lot of things. And Dave Filoni's good at fixing old shit that got messed up in Star Wars. Like, remember one of the worst Star Wars movies, Clone Wars? Well, I'm making a whole damn series about it,
and it's going to be amazing.
Exactly. So that would be really, really interesting. That'd be really interesting.
And even with Ray can understand where he's coming from. They confide in each other now, because Ray, being a Sith, she can tell him like, look, it's okay. It doesn't matter what your parents were, your grandparents were. It's about what you choose to be, and that's why you can be a Jedi. But remember, your mother started as a Jedi too before.
Yeah. Cool. Then it's the whole Luke thing where like you're good, you're bad, then she winds up good again.
Yep.
It's the bootleg version of like the Vader story with Finn and Reva and Luke and Vader. I think that'd be kind of.
I like that.
Yeah, but then See for Yourself says, I hope not everything being connected makes the universe weak. In my opinion,
it is funny though, because it's like this whole universe and like everyone knows each other.
Everything's connected.
Yeah.
And then real quick, he said Ray being connected to the Palpatines and Skywalker cheapened the character, but unnecessary expectations on her. I mean, yeah, they did. See, that's how you do a connection wrong to me. Like they went so wrong with the Ray thing, and it didn't make sense. Where I think they could do a Reva is the mom to like Finn kind of thing that would make sense. Ray being connected to the biggest bad guy ever in the galaxy ever, is stupid. And it's like leave him alone and move on to a bigger bad guy. Instead,
it's so funny. Like they say how, and it's always the Force.
Yeah, and that's one of the worst lines in all of cinema. It's like somehow you have to return. Like what?
We're not gonna tell you how. We're not filling in the gaps. We're gonna say somehow.
And that's why, like, when they did that, I don't want to go too far off. But when they did with T'Challa, it's like somehow he's dying. How?
Wait. Let's not start that. Let's not even open up that can.
You can't just say somehow, and then that's the answer. That doesn't work. That's not good enough. you know. So yeah, that's a little. But Screen Zen said she's stronger than that. I believe Rebel would come back if they asked. Yeah, I think so. Was it her Moses? What was her name? Can't remember. I know it was Moses something. I think she just didn't expect all the hate. Yeah. My suspension belief was broken with Obi-Wan. Yeah. And we got House of Nerd Show. What is up?
What's up? How you doing, Sergio? Hey, hold on. Let me see what I can find. Where is it?
You go find. Real quick though, go check out House of Nerd Show. On Sunday they did a live show and they did mostly Blue Beetle kind of stuff. And
it was such a good one. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was so much fun
and everything. So it's my last Ronin Funko Pop that I just found. Very cool. Last Ronin, because I want to do that last Ronin talk, Sergio.
Yeah.
So I went and got it. I was like, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, so go check out House of Nerd Show. They're almost at 750. So
yes, dude. It's like literally, if you love comic books, you love all this stuff, guys. They are the best channel to go to. They talk about it. I love going to see it on Sundays. Like literally, we're on doing our football stuff. I have on another computer House of Nerd Show, and I'm listening to all the stuff that's going on, and then I rewatch it after I'm done. So it's the coolest. HouseofNerdShow.com. The website is great. You get so much information. They have so much about the authors and writers, and it's a great tool. So just go ahead and do it. Check it out. It's great. It really is.
Travis agrees with us. There's a conscious effort by the First Order to harvest children who were force sensitive. Yep. And the Empire did it too. And it's possible the Empire kept tabs on her after she left. And that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense.
And, I like it. Did I miss the Blue Beetle talk? No, you did not.
No, you did not.
It will happen in the next 3 minutes. We're going to just get through this stuff.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he was watching Clone Wars. I'm sorry, man. Clone Wars was horrible. Clone Wars was not good, man.
I was not a fan of the movie. The show though was the show incredible. Really liked it.
Of the movie, like that's the thing. Like parts of the prequels, I enjoyed. Overall, though, I didn't. But there's parts where I was like, okay, same thing. Parts in the first one, the second one. But
I see some of these comments are hilarious.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, holy crap, I am so far behind you.
I was like, we gotta go.
Yeah. That's Funko's sick. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, man. Ah, there you go. Zach shouting out. Get some more likes on this video. Yeah, if you get more likes on this video, YouTube sends it out to more people watching it. So we appreciate it. I think Anzo just gave us a dislike now. I'm gonna hit that dislike button.
He's gonna be so angry now.
Yeah. There you go. See, that's why I like Ken, because half of Clone Wars was garbage.
Well, that means half of Clone Wars is okay.
I'll give it half. I would give it 40-60. 40 was good, 60 was bad.
I was just like, man, like I said, I liked you guys. Now it's over.
Attack of the Clones is one of the worst movies ever made. Not for Star Wars, but movies, period.
Wow.
Whoa.
I've seen some bad movies.
Princess Amidala, not Princess Amidala. Yeah, Princess Amidala was so. It was like she was a badass. She was kicking ass. She ripped off her shirt and started shooting shit. And then the next movie, it's like, I can't do anything. I was like, yeah, I know you're pregnant. You're a badass. It's like, the character shift. Just,
in that universe, you could die from heartbreak. So give her a break.
Somehow.
Why?
The Force. Lost the will to live.
The Force, guys. It was the Force.
That was like she lost the will to live because Anakin. She has 2 kids. Like,
2 brand new kids.
Yeah, it was like find a new will to live.
Oh man, that's too much. Make too much sense, guys. Stop
it. Blue Beetle live was dope.
Yeah, it was.
I know Zach was over there. Saw him in the.
I was mad because I was watching it afterwards. I was like, damn it. I wish I could have typed while we were doing this show.
We're doing like mock drafts for the NFL kind of stuff, getting ready for the season on our sports show. So yeah, I would like definitely watch it on replay. Hold on. That'll be Vader fighting. The last episode was great though. It was. I enjoyed it. A lot of people hated it, but I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot. Revenge of the Sith is underrated as hell though. That I agree with too.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Revenge of the Sith is pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
But no,
it was really the end of it. Beginning of it was the end of it. Mid-ish movie to the end. And then there we go. We got to unsell.
Oh yeah.
Because I come back when you start talking nice about the prequels. By Anzo, that Star Wars theory hat was like I heart prequels.
Exactly. That would be great if I found it. It's going to your house, bro.
Yeah. It's the least so bad it's funny bad. Joker 2, in my opinion, got DVD for the first day. First today.
Ahsoka. Okay.
Oh, yeah, you gotta watch that one. That one. Mm-hmm. You're not gonna be happy at the end. Oh yeah, got you guys talking. But why did Yoda run away mid-fight versus? I don't know.
I never understood that either.
I never understood it. It was like,
yeah,
you're supposed to be like the badass, and
like you're supposed. He seemed weak. It made it seem like the good side of the Force, which is weak.
Yeah, it just felt like a rushed explanation as to why Yoda went into self-exile. George Lucas was nearing the end. It's like that Chappelle Show skit. Just had to wrap it up at that point, and it just felt like a lot of it kind of he just felt like he had to rush to the explanation. Here's why Yoda's on Dagobah. Here's why Luke and Leia's mom died. Just
heartbreak.
Yeah, just it just felt like he was just rushing through the script at that point. It kind of felt like
he needed to find a way. He's like, well, he needs to end here, so you're finding whatever kind of connection you can, because like here you go, you're into exile. Must go. Who told you that? Like, yeah, like that doesn't have to be the option you go with. Like, you could do other stuff, but it's like. Oh, all the other ones that are out there that might need your help. Fuck it. It's like last after like was every man for himself.
Their own backstage much watch.
Exactly. I'm gonna go in the spot that no one knows where I'm at. Leave me alone.
Hey, you better be careful. Anzo is like, I'm about to watch Clone Wars. It's better than this hate. All this hate.
Man. No. All right. I was gonna talk about Thor 5, and then
I was trying to continue the conversation as long as I could.
I know
not talk about Taika.
you guys, we can touch on that. That's new news. We can touch on that.
We can talk about that after this Blue.
Yeah, we can do after the review. Yeah. See how long the review goes. I don't want to. I'm saying I'm not even gonna jinx it. We'll talk about. We'll do the review.
Okay.
I always want to make a background, and I always like wind up being so busy at work where I was like. One time.
Yeah, one job, Tank. Yeah, one job.
Yeah, just one. All right, let's talk about Blue Beetle. All right, what is up? Welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is Tank Kramer, Brandman Brandon down there, Brian the Grizzly over here, and we are going to talk about and review Blue Beetle, the new DC film that just dropped this weekend. So we're gonna get into our ratings, we're gonna get into the bads, some of the goods, and a bunch of other stuff. So if you're in chat, make sure you come in and let us know what you guys think. If you're watching our replay, hit that subscribe button. You can join us in chat too with all of our live reviews, and you can be part of the show. But with that being said, Brian, got a breakdown what this movie's about?
Why not? It's like I'm always ready. You never know. All right, here we go.
That's what I'm hoping.
Jaime Reyes suddenly finds himself in possession of an ancient relic of an alien biotechnology called the Scarab. When the Scarab chooses Jaime, to be his symbiotic host. He's bestowed with an incredible suit of armor that's capable of extraordinary and unpredictable powers, forever changing his destiny as he becomes the superhero Blue Beetle. Awesome.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey, $104 million budget. That's it. That's not that bad.
It was like no marketing. It's like
exactly.
It just had to been no marketing. One, no marketing because of the strike, and then even before the strike, they really didn't do too much. They did a trailer, a teaser, and a trailer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So the marketing budget is way low on this one. But yeah, we'll start off with some of the good stuff. Brandman, what you like about Blue Beetle?
Well, right out of the woodwork, I love the way this movie was filmed. I loved the cinematography and the use of colors. I thought the colors just really popped, which was awesome. Mm-hmm. Whoever designed the costume for Blue Beetle needs a pay raise. That thing looked beautiful. I loved that costume. It was absolutely perfect. The casting, Zolo Maraduena, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. I think he was the obvious choice to play Jaime Reyes, and he did a great job. I thought he really, he really carried a lot of the movie. But even in addition to that, I was really invested in the family dynamic with the Reyes family. I thought that really worked. I thought that really held my attention. They did a great job with that. I thought they all played off each other very, very well. George Lopez, I thought, was pretty funny in it. What else was there? The music, the soundtrack. I thought the soundtrack that it was like that kind of synth kind of throwback soundtrack that I really, really liked. I might even need to get the soundtrack. But I really liked those elements. I think those were probably the standouts for me, and I thought the action sequences were pretty decent. But overall, it was just something that kept me very much entertained.
Yeah. Okay. Nice, Brian. Yeah.
I agree with everything Brandon said, except even more. I want to add on to. I think the story was pretty good. As much as I love the family dynamic, I thought all the stuff was very good. I feel like the CGI, everything they messed up on Flash, they gave to them. I don't understand how Flash had this huge budget and Blue Beetle, who had the small budget, hit the CGI so well. And there was no time when I'm looking at it that doesn't look right. That doesn't look good. They knew when to use the suit, when to use CGI. They knew how to mesh it in really well. I gotta say, Sholo, yeah, I really did like him as Blue Beetle. I didn't mind George Lopez as much as I thought going into. I was gonna this dude. I didn't mind him at all. Susan Sarandon is such a cool badass. She did such a good job being a pain in the ass. I think they said on House of Nerds show she was a Karen. She did such a good job to be so liberal in her real life. She did such a great job with that. I had some issues with some of the things, but none of it was with the family. The grandma, I even enjoyed that part. That made more sense now that I saw the movie. I love that they aged him up, because everything I thought he was in high school always. He was always in
the comics, and he just graduated high school in the comics. So
he's graduating college in this movie. So they aged him to about 22 years old, which makes sense going forward into the this new DC universe. I enjoyed a lot of the stuff they did. I think they made really good decisions with it. Yeah, I'm all for it. Except I was very sad about some other parts. I mean, emotionally, it taxed me so much. And I think the thing that stuck with me was when the grandma said, okay, now we could cry.
Yeah.
It was so cool. He's like, we cannot cry right now. We got to do what we got to go do. And then when she said, okay, now we could cry, I was like, man, that was so emotional. It was so good. It was just touching. Yeah, good movie. Very good movie.
Yeah. So I'll go and then we'll do some of the comments with everyone's positives. But yeah, so agree with everything you guys said. But I think they really hit it on the head with the Latino like family connection with everything. Yeah, like again, I hate who is that? I think Jacoby on House of Nerds, he said it perfectly, exactly how I felt. Was I hate that I like George Lopez so much. I do think they overused him a little bit because the sister was great. Yeah. And that was one thing I don't know if it's good or bad thing, but the sister was great, and I enjoyed her a lot. It was a Milagro. She was awesome.
Yeah.
You know, Rudy, which is George Lopez's character, he was funny, but also this is what happens when you put in an actual comedian telling jokes and not somebody who thinks they're funny talking and saying funny things. It's like, no, here's a comedian that might know how to land it very well. And he's done a lot of corny, cheesy, things with it. Yeah, book bag.
Got it. Book bag, popcorn bucket.
Yeah. So George Lopez, I thought I was gonna be super annoyed by him, and he was actually a lot of fun. Like Rudy was a lot of fun. He had Taco, his little Tacoma, his little taco that was awesome. But even now a lot of people are talking about Jenny Cord. This is I don't know how to pronounce her name. Bruna, I think her name is
Marquezine.
Yeah. So she was awesome. She was like the good guy kind of thing.
I had so many questions about her. I have so many questions about her.
She's an interesting character that I think if they decide to do a follow up, they can definitely dig in a little bit to more her and her family's backstory. But I mean,
that's definitely going to happen. That definitely will happen with her dad. Yeah.
But I just like how, I was gonna say I like how it's opposite of like she has a horrible family, and then she falls accidentally part of his family, and his family's so tightly knit, and it was great. But the bad guy I thought looked cool. The graphics looked cool. Harvey Gulin was Dr. Sanchez.
That guy's great.
It was super great. Yeah, it was super great.
Yeah, I'm a fan of his. It took a minute for it to click that he's on What We Do in the Shadows.
I knew it immediately. So first thing I thought was like,
which I really should have known because I love What We Do in the Shadows. I don't know how that didn't click for me right away.
Yeah. He's also the voice of Nightwing in the Harley Quinn show, which is awesome. Because I love what they did that made Nightwing so silly. So I do like him. He's a great funny actor and stuff like that. But yeah, the music. One last thing, the music I thought was great. The Cypress Hill song that came on was it Ain't Going Out Like That. like I was like, wow, it fits so perfect. And as soon as that came on, as soon as I heard the music, I thought of two people. One of my best friends in elementary school and in high school, Roberto, super diehard Cypress Hill fan. And so immediately I thought of him, I was like, him and how much he loved it. And then I also thought about Sergio from House of Nerds show, because I'm like, oh, he's going to love this, because I know he's into like hip hop. I'm like, I'm pretty sure he's got like Cypress Hill. It's like a thing. Like if you're into hip hop and you're Hispanic, like you got like Cypress Hill. And they're awesome. I like them. So that was great. And then a lot of the other music was really good too, because there's times I hear something, I look over and my girlfriend's like, mouthing the words to the song that's playing. So, it definitely hit that, with the culture kind of part of it. But yeah, man, there's so many other good stuff, but I know you guys already said a lot. But here, let's get into some of the comments before we get into our bads. Holy crap, man. You guys are going crazy in the comments. Which is good.
You don't know where to start, huh?
Oh no, that's the one. Yeah, I know. George Lopez was
one of the highlights for me.
Yep. Agreed. The costume was on point. It was so on point. Blue Beetle used practical FX to perfection. Agreed with Brandman. Cinematography was on point, very stylistic and looked sharp style. Yeah, I think there's even the leaked picture of Solo wearing the suit.
Wearing the suit, yeah.
And I thought that was always great. It always looked best.
You can see it because that's why he has the helmet off. You saw his face wearing the suit. You need to have those mixing of it. I mean, that's the best part of Batman, honestly. So that's DC did right, and they understood what they needed to do. They understood the assignment. They hit it.
Yeah. Yep. I thought the CGI was going to be bad, but luckily it was actually quite solid. Agreed. It was very, very well done. The family was as well. So
it was done well.
let's see.
They gave us a flash of CGI budget to Blue
Yeah.
Beetle.
Exactly. That's exactly what you said. Yeah.
But don't you remember what Andy Muschietti said? The CG was supposed to be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad they decided to make it good. It's Blue Beetle.
He's like, and not do that
ever again.
Yeah. I said, yeah, great ensemble cast. Yeah, everyone did their thing. Yeah, and everyone had a role in it too.
But you felt the family. You understood the family dynamic, and it just made perfect sense. Even the dad, that made perfect sense. That how you're going to fight for everything. You're going to, we will make a way. No matter what's going on, guys, we will make a way. That's such a family thing to say and to understand, to really internalize and believe in it. That's so cool. Yeah.
See, a lot of people didn't like Susan Sarandon. Yeah, a lot of people didn't. But I thought she did a great job being a racist, money hungry piece of crap. Yeah, and she wasn't. The bad guy was kind of split in two, which is I think a lot of people complained about. Because there was her and was it Olmec, whatever that dude. Olmec. So it's kind of like when you split the bad guy into being here's the mental voice of the bad guy, but here's the physical prowess of the bad guy, and they're two separate things. It's hard to. People are like, oh, I don't like that, because like one's gonna be weaker than the other. Just imagine if they made Killmonger into like two different things. Like, oh, here's the violent, but then here's like Killmonger's brother, who's the voice. It's like one's gonna be better than the other because that's just how it's gonna be.
I never saw this. I feel like there's only one evil person.
In this
Victoria Cord. There was only her, and she was always brainwashed. He was just a victim of his surroundings. That's how I saw from the beginning because he was holding. When I saw him holding the necklace, the locket. That's from the beginning.
At the end.
Not what they showed at the end, but I saw it at the beginning. He was always holding the locket. You saw that he had a connection to someone. Like I thought maybe they had his family in hiding, or he was doing it because they had his family. I thought some type of connection like that was going on. So like I knew why they're doing what they're doing. I felt like she was the piece of crap because I knew she was the reason why she was the reason he lost all his stuff. I knew from the beginning. So she was the piece of crap. There was no question who the bad person was. He was just the hard.
He was the hand.
Exactly, the hand. He's the one that tells you go do this. You go do this. And he's so brainwashed that he was just doing it. But there's only one evil character here.
Yeah. No, she was evil. He was her hand. He was like, her like, the guard dog or something. Like, hey, go get that. Go do that. So, but yeah.
This wasn't like Dark Knight Rises, when you had two bad guys. You had one bad guy and one worked for the other bad guy. That's what.
Yeah, I think it's a better way to put it. Because there's the bad guy, and then there's like the hand, like the enforcer for the real bad guy.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I liked his little twist because you thought, well, at least for me, I thought those people he saw a picture of were somebody else, and then they tell the story. I'm like, oh wow, that's different than what I was planning in my head what they were going to tell you. So
that's why I thought that they were holding his family hostage.
Yeah,
and I thought the whole time he says like your family is what's holding you back. That's your weakness because he knew from personal experience. Every time he said that, I feel like it was personal experience that he knew. That's why he knew what he was saying. So I mean, but that's why I felt from the beginning with that.
Yeah, yep. He was like cried. Those pigtails are legendary. Yep.
Dude. Once she took her hair out, I was like, "Oh no, man, that's it, Grandma. She got this thing, man." This is so
Grandma
cool.
said, "We got to go to work. We got work to do." Yeah. And then Sergio said, "Most importantly, they showed the importance of strength and familia and lots of." Yeah. We need a grandma backstory. 100%. Just give me that. Give me a throwback like 1950s, 60s.
It'll be late 70s, early 70s,
70s,
early 70s. Yeah, that'll be it.
Yeah.
Viva la Revolución. Let's go. I was like, let's go.
Sorry if I can't get to everybody. I want a taco for my birthday. Me too. And I want a sequel. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind a sequel.
Henchman.
This was very, very good. I hope it gets the legs that we need to have to make the money that it needs to have to get a sequel.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. He voices Nightwing. And the dog in Puss in Boots. That's right. That is right. Yeah, he's great in that one too, the Puss in Boots one. Sorry if I can't get to everybody. Oh, there you go. He said, I almost lost my shit when Cypress Hill dropped during that final act. Yeah. Yeah. I heard it and I was like, oh man. And this brought me back to like talking to my friend and like stuff like that. So it was like it was super cool. The soundtrack was great, man. Even like they reference, I had to ask my girlfriend because I'm like, is the show that they're talking about a real show? She goes, yeah, and then she like started breaking down the show.
Yep.
For me, it's like that's how big it is in like like Mexican like culture. Watching it on on TV and stuff. So like
she leaves her life, and then he has all the money, and then he comes and takes it. Oh wait, I was like, oh
you're
my God.
Maria. I was laughing.
You're Maria.
Oh.
That was so funny.
But I think that's another thing that they did really good was they took something that is very specific to like the Mexican household, and they applied it to the movie, but they explained it to the point where like you're not dumbing it down like, hey audience, this is what this means, even though that's what they were doing, but it didn't sound like they were like pandering to the audience, at least with something like that. So yeah, I mean there was a lot of inside jokes for the Latino Mexican community that they got, but you don't feel left out though, which is good. I think Zack Attacks mentioned that too in his, and I'm like 100% agree, because there's a lot of times where I'll hear people laughing and other people not laughing because it's made for the Hispanics in the audience to like, hey, you know what we're talking about. So good. Big Four did not like George Lopez.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand why you don't like him, but I did enjoy him. I thought
I don't like George. I don't like George Lopez as a person. I think he,
no, that was not talking
not
about
political or anything. It's just like personal stuff. I'm like, you did some shady shit.
Yeah. I've never really paid too much attention to him other than his sitcom, which gave me a couple laughs from time to time. Good. But yeah, that's my full extent of my familiarity with
unbelievable
Lopez.
Show ever. I was like, really, really, you got her in high school being a dropout, and she was rich and Cuban. Nah, bro.
It happens. It happens. I know people. I'll show you pictures, and you were like, "Wait, what? How?"
No.
Wow.
But she's rich. That's why you're beautiful, rich. You're rich, and you're Cuban. And I was like, all right, come on. That means your parents did a bad job.
That's funny. All right, we're gonna move on to that real quick. Grandma was the best. She was awesome, and that's what in the trailer it was goofy, and then once you get the context and everything, she was a badass. She was a badass. The inside jokes for the Latino population were dope. Yeah, glad to hear that others didn't feel left out. Feel like there's enough common humor for everyone to enjoy. Yeah, because even if you didn't, I think in context you understood the joke.
I think it depends on the person you are. Honestly,
yeah.
If you're someone who understands cultures are different and then you want to know what's going on, then you'll be fine with it. If you want it to all be about you, then you blow. I miss me. That's fine. Either way, I mean, whatever. Who am I saying what's right and what's wrong?
Yeah. It was a funny part when Zolo, when Jaime said it was inside of him, and George Lopez said it went up his culo. It went up his butthole. It was Spanish for the funniest thing in the movie. Yeah. Oh man, but yeah, I mean, Rudy was that kind of that guy every Hispanic family has, that he's either one, a conspiracy theorist, or two, just knows how to fix everything. He just took two of those like uncles and combined them into one uncle.
Yeah. I feel like that's in every culture. I think every culture has that. Don't trust the government, and don't worry about this. Give me 24 minutes and two pieces of bubble gum, and I got you.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right, let's get into some of the bad stuff. Brandon, what didn't you like about this one?
I thought the plot itself was kind of generic. It wasn't anything that we really haven't seen before, and that goes for the villain and henchman too. It did kind of have that kind of generic villain syndrome in that regard. The character of Jenny, like the romantic subplot between her and Jaime, just kind of seemed obligatory, I guess. Um, I think those were like the main standout things for me. And just kind of plot wise, it wasn't really anything that we haven't seen before. And you know, the villains, the romantic subplot. I kind of wanted to see more of the of I wanted to see the Scarab kind of do more. You know, like so the things that we saw it do, you know, that we saw Jaime do as Blue Beetle were cool. They were definitely cool enough. Don't get me wrong, but I was kind of hoping, since this is biotechnology that could form literally anything that can be thought of, I was just kind of hoping there'd be a little bit more. Um, but those were, I'd say, those were my main things with it that were kind of my that were kind of the low points of the movie, at least for me.
Okay. Yeah, Brian.
I didn't understand how Jenny Cord, who's Brazilian, understood everything the family was saying. I did not understand that. Because if you go to Brazil, like I've been to Brazil, they don't speak Spanish. Speak Portuguese. Portuguese and Spanish, yes, they're both romantic language, are not the same. They're nowhere near the same. I can understand some things that there's a lot of stuff that you don't understand. You lose the translation. And the fact that she was able to understand them, I never understood how that was happening. No one explained it. It was just like, oh yeah, we all look alike, you look similar, so we speak the Spanish. No, that's not how things work. That's not how things are. And none of that was ever explained. I didn't understand that.
Yeah. Jorge said, or House of Nerd said it. They are different technically, but they are very, very similar. It's kind of like Polish and Russian. Like they're different.
I know a little Portuguese. It's especially it's in conversational Spanish and then Portuguese. That's hard, man.
Yeah,
you know, you can understand some type of stuff. It's because it's. I mean, they're all Latin. They're all based in Latin, but it's not doesn't mean like just because you know German and you said German and Russian are sound like doesn't mean that you understand anything that fuck is going on.
Like Polish, Ukraine, Russian, like those are all I can't think of
Baltic languages and stuff like that, but it doesn't mean that you're going to understand.
I mean, there's stuff you're going to miss out on. I for sure, but I think it's close enough.
No, I went there with someone who spoke Spanish and had no idea. We were sitting there the entire time in Brazil, had no idea what the hell was going on.
Because I went to Peru. They still speak Portuguese in Peru, and there's a few of my class members that are very well versed in Spanish.
She was listening. She
kind of get it,
but she speaks Portuguese. She's listening to him in Spanish and answering in English. I was like, "What? Okay, cool, whatever."
Yeah.
just all right. I got you.
I mean, there's like stuff, even like Puerto Rican Spanish and Mexican Spanish is very different. I mean,
but that's at least it's all Spanish.
Yeah,
Portuguese is just
it's a different.
When I was there, it was very difficult, and then to be able to go back and forth, the level of understanding you have to go from back and forth between Portuguese to Spanish to English is very difficult. Like, that's.
So he said I can watch a Brazilian film and pick up quite a bit. Yeah, I mean you can get a little bit.
I don't know if you can have a conversation and then go.
Yeah, definitely not fluent. English. Yeah, definitely not fluent.
We were there for a long time, and my girlfriend at the time was not able to. She's very fluent. She's Cuban. She was able to do all this stuff, and had no freaking clue what the hell was going on. Like because you eat pieces, and then people start walking, and you're like, "What?" Maybe your father taught her, but maybe you should have told me that.
Yeah.
Maybe you should tell me something.
Yeah. I think what you said the first time where like they're just like, hey, they're both brown. There you go.
And I felt like that was a bad
I think that's
thing.
what it was. It is. Zach said this when it pops up. That she's a very smart person, a daughter of a genius in a comic book. maybe she took it in high school. I don't know. Maybe. And like my teacher in high school, he was born in Peru, so when he came here, he learned Spanish because he's like, well, no one speaks Portuguese. Yeah.
But like I'm telling you, like she spoke Spanish. I mean, when you're engulfed in it, it's not something that's so easy. And to be able to switch back between things, you have to be real fluent to be able to do those things. And I just didn't understand that at all, how it's possible that she was able to understand what's going on and understand the dynamic that was happening as much as possible, as much as it was. Dr. Sanchez, I didn't understand him being okay with what was going on that long. Like, it took all that time for him to figure out and wake the fuck up. That didn't make any sense to me at all. It's just like it was just happening, and didn't enjoy that. I didn't enjoy that. I didn't like what was going on. I also thought that you could have got more with the sister. I think she was great. I wanted more of her. That would have been just something I would have enjoyed more. I could deal without the mother because the mother father, we understand the dynamic with it because we had a grandmother, but the sister, I thought that we should have got some more of it. Yeah, and honestly, everything I'm saying is very nitpicky because this is a good movie, but those are the negatives I have for it.
Yeah. So my thing, definitely the sister. I know I brought it up a little before you brought it up right now. The sister, I feel like there's times where she should have been in the spot where Rudy was. Like Rudy just kind of came in and started taking over, which is fine. But then there's other parts where like I feel like, oh wait, she's younger and she knows technology more, or she knows this more. It's like I feel like she should have been bigger in the end rather than just like, oh, I fell, save me, and then punches somebody with the big punch hand thing.
Or instead of Rudy being the one who's a computer whiz, even though that wasn't explained, she could have been the one since she has technology and she's younger.
Like he messed around with the old computer. Cool, that's your technology. And now he's like, something could have been more newer technology. I don't know. Maybe they might do that in the next one because everything was like Ted's technology, which was based in the 80s, I think. Right. The old like watch was all, all the computer was all old stuff. So I don't know, but I did want more of her because in the beginning she was really, her and the connection with Jaime was really good. I like the brother sister relationship, and I enjoyed it. The older brother and the younger sister and stuff like that. So I did like that. The Sanchez thing, it was funny at the end, but like you said, like he was there during the raid. Watching them do that, and at no point was he's like, hold on, I don't know, but I maybe he was too coward to do it, or too, I don't know, afraid to lose his job. But I don't know. I didn't like that. But for me, like Brandon, you said that you didn't like that it was kind of generic. I didn't see it as generic. I always saw it as at the end of this movie, I'm like, oh, this took parts of other great comic book movies. For me, it was like I saw a lot of Iron Man 1, a lot of Ant-Man, Iron Man 2. I like when the I don't want to spoil it, but there's a part of Black Panther that kind of is similar to a part in here. It was like with family and ancestors and stuff like that. I was like, cool. I was like, it's really cool. So it's like, for me, it's like, everyone always says how much they love Marvel Phase 1 and 2. And now they're saying, oh, this movie didn't reinvent the wheel. I was like, what is it? You want to go back to these great stories that they originally told us? Or do you want the wheel to be reinvented? Because Marvel is trying to reinvent the wheel, and you're not liking it. So they made a movie that was probably more 2010 and 12 kind of vibe, but in today. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. It was like, who was it? K-Dot said it pretty good. It's like, oh, there's been action movies before. So, when there's another action movie, you're like, oh, it doesn't change anything. It felt like every other action movie, which is true, but it's also like it like something like John Wick. It's taken all the good things from other action movies and made it its own. And that's why I felt like this one did. It kind of made it its own, taking inspiration from previous comic book movies.
Yep.
But that Brandon, yours is like what majority of the people were saying is it was too generic, and the bad guy wasn't good enough. You know, for me, the villains was the weakest part of it, but it wasn't like horrible. You know, I get it. They wanted to focus more on Jaime learning about it, you know, and then the bad guy just kind of there effing everything up.
Yeah.
I open the next one. It's a real bad guy. Like I want to see another Reach. You know, the Reach is where the Scarab comes from. Anybody that doesn't know, but yeah, I want to get more into that in the next one. Like get into some real heavy shit. You know, so
yeah.
So yeah. Like you said, like same thing how you guys said. It's not enough to ruin the movie for me. It's just like nitpicks and little things.
Yeah.
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 Go ahead. What you got?
No, overall, I was thoroughly entertained. Surprised by how much I was entertained. You know, and you know, not to open this can of worms too widely, but with James Gunn saying this could be part of this rebooted universe, it's the nice thing about this movie is that it was standalone and in its own little corner enough to where if they did want to incorporate Blue Beetle into this new DC universe, they easily could. But yeah, I hope we get sequels. I think there's a lot more that can be done with it. You know, that post
even with what's called Dad.
That's exactly what I was about to say too. That post credits scene. You know, there's. You know, I'd like to see Ted Cord.
Yeah.
You know, and it didn't click with me throughout the movie because I'm familiar enough with Blue Beetle, but I don't read like a whole lot of it. But when they said Cord, you know, and then the post credit scene kind of started up when you hear the voice, it kind of started to mentally click for me. But yeah, I'd watch sequels. You know, it kept me invested. This was I was surprised. Like I hoped to like it. I hoped to like the movie. I expected to like it, but I was surprised by how much I ended up liking it.
Yeah,
I think I was surprised by how well it was done. It was so well done.
It was very well done. It was very well put together. The director Angel Manuel Soto, I think is how you say his name. Yeah, he did a great job. You know.
Agreed.
I might even go again.
Yeah. So,
you know,
like you said, I was hoping it would be well. I was ready to be heartbroken, and then luckily, like it was done very well. I was like really surprised on how much I did really enjoy it. One last thing, what did you guys think about this one? Kind of bothered me because there's a part where it's very obvious, and you're like, wait a minute. The whole time, the Blue Beetle suit wants to kill, and then Jaime has to fight it. It's like, no, we don't kill. And then at the end, when they get into the Ted Kord's big Blue Beetle robot thing, like they just kill and don't even care. Like there is a scene where the foot goes through a man's body. Like I'm like,
but that
wait
wasn't
a minute.
the suit. It wasn't the suit.
No, it was freaking George Lopez's character, just like stepping on.
It was Ted Kord's stuff too, you know. So I mean, I'm sure he killed him. Like it's like I always thought that was like a Batman, a deadly Batman. Like I kill. Don't worry about it.
Right. But it was like that. That was kind of the only disconnect of the family that I had was like he's so Jaime is so anti-killing. Well, then you get the family, grandma's killing him, and then Uncle Rudy's killing him. Like I'm like where did you become so like empathetic and like no, we don't kill? And then George Lopez is like, I'm gonna step on you and you like.
Tommy, that makes perfect sense. You know how generations like
I guess
I think about it. My dad got beat with a switch. I got beat with a belt, and I can't even hit my kids. It just goes down a generation. This is how it goes.
I guess that was the only one where I'm like, it's a little like a few minutes ago, you just had a big fight and like we don't kill, and then the next minute it's like George Lopez laughing as like he like impales a guy through his stomach. It was like Jesus.
Don't worry, he's the bad guy, guys. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but he said that's Jaime's moral compass, not Rudy's moral compass, which is true. But I just feel like if that's like the family, how close the family is, it was like because what do you find out when Jaime finds out? I was like, you killed like a dozen people, like what? I'm gonna take back Taco 2.
Mm-hmm.
You know, James Gunn said yeah. So Horror Geek said they cut a Ben Affleck voice cameo, and then James Gunn said that was never even a thing.
Yeah, I read about that myself earlier.
Yeah, I kind of want to agree with like James Gunn.
I don't trust any of them.
It's like that was never a thing. I don't think that was a thing either.
He's not part of it. He wasn't part of it. James Gunn wasn't part of it.
No.
So what they might have done before him, it has no reflection on James Gunn. So I mean, he could say that wasn't something we were going to release, but it could have cut something that that the director wanted to use, and then because they wanted to connect it at the time, and then they just didn't. So like I feel like James Gunn was saying, no, it's not a thing because we weren't going to release it. He's just telling you because he's doing the right thing. He's being president of DCU. That's the right thing to say and the right thing to do.
It was never even recorded. That like it was never even a thing. Like,
but you could say that it wasn't a thing never came us.
Yeah.
But you don't. It doesn't mean the director didn't do anything.
It could be a different thing. But I still, I don't want to believe because it did seem like the entire whole movie was set on its own thing in its own place, stuff like that. So, oh yeah, because figure drawing did say like the lexical similarity between Spanish and Portuguese. Oh yeah, I don't know.
So, no, that's not how it works because also I speak pretty good French, right? I don't know Italian, and that's also 89%. That doesn't mean anything. So what you're saying, just saying words.
Is French and Italian that close?
Yes, it's 89%, the same as Portuguese and Spanish.
Yeah.
So like no, I'm educated too, guys.
But we said I was going to like that as well. I was going to just watch that dude, and Blue Beetle doesn't want to kill people. Yeah, that was another little thing. But like I said, it was just weird because, granted, they are two different people, so I'm like kind of cool with it. But with that being said, let's move on to our ratings. Bring this up. All right, so. Here at Spoiler Kings, we do things nice and easy. We do a now, later, never. Now means you got to go see it right now in theaters. Later means you wait till it's streaming, and never means you can skip it. Don't waste your money on it. Brandon, what you giving Blue Beetle?
This was kind of a tough one. I was kind of thinking about this beforehand because I almost like my knee jerk reaction, like I give a lot of things, is to say now. I would say I'm gonna have to lean more towards later for this, and the only reason that I say that is as entertaining a time as I had with this movie, and I really did, so much so to the point where I'm probably gonna go again. Probably later on in the week before I go see Gran Turismo. As entertaining as it is, it doesn't really break much new ground when it comes to the superhero genre. Like, and that goes for in terms of the plot, the villains. What really anchors this movie is the acting and the family dynamic. I was very much invested in that. They made the people behind the Fast movies need to take notes on how to do family and have you be invested. but that said, it didn't really like break too much new ground, and I wouldn't say it's something that you really need to rush out to go see as fun a time as I had. So it's on the higher end, more towards now, but I still have to kind of give it a later.
Okay. Brian?
It's very interesting that you said that.
Yeah.
If this, I would say this is super now. If it was definitely part of DCU going forward, because and I think that's where my issue is not with this movie, because I think the movie is great, and I would say now I'm going to rate it now because I compared to what else is out right now, I think this is the best one out of it because I've already seen Gran Turismo. I think this Strays. I've already seen those things, so I think this is the better movie. So I think that'll be the now to go see of those movies. It's the better movie. But because it has nothing going forward, it's just the character. It's hard for me to rate the movie going forward being a now. even though I'm going to, but it's a lower now because going forward it doesn't matter. I wish it would be. We're talking about sequel and the trilogy because I feel like that's that good of a character that we could get that, but because it's not going to be there, I just it's hard. So, but I'm still saying now, but it's lower on my now list. So yeah, that's me.
So with me, I think this is like the unofficial, like this movie. He said it doesn't count, but like unofficially it counts.
Yeah. Just the character. You're trying to will it into yourself, but it's not what he said.
It's the same thing with like Edward Norton Hulk. Like technically it's kind of MCU, but not really MCU. But they use that character to continue the story in the MCU. Same thing. So I think it's like
that's exactly right.
Yeah. And for me it's a now, and I was like it's a super now because if this movie doesn't do well enough, then he's always going to be just a side character, a part of an ensemble with like other people. If it does well, then James Gunn be like, let's see, let's continue his story. Let's do something a Young Justice style. Let's bring in more aliens. Let's do something that Josh Trujillo, he did Graduation Day, and it did so well in the comic book that he's getting a full story, a monthly story now, and you can easily pull from that story. With other scarabs and stuff like that. Young Justice did the same thing with other scarabs from the Reach and stuff like that.
Black Beetle and stuff like that.
Black Beetle. Now they have like Yellow Beetle, Red Beetle. They have a bunch of them. So like, I think if you really like this, then it's a super now, just for the importance of this character going forward.
Showing the character, support, but not the movie. That's
showing support to the character because of what the character means to the universe, the upcoming universe. Like one of our videos, it's a little, I don't want to go too much on a tangent, but we said how important it is to support this movie, and somebody in their comments said like, hey, this isn't like a whole movement, it's just a movie. I was like, yeah, but not for you. For other people, like certainly myself, like this is more than just a movie. It's like if you want to see the very few Hispanic characters in comic books, then it's important for this guy, one of the bigger Hispanic characters in comic books, to do well. So going forward, if you want to see it, then it's important. So it is supporting a movement in that way. But just as a movie, I think it's a now. It was a lot of fun. I loved all the characters, the soundtrack, the action, the visuals. They all hit. They all hit for me. Like the story was great. It reminded me of great comic book movies in the past. So definitely a now. But it hits a little bit more closer to home for me, with everything else. But cool. Let me bring up some of these comments real quick with their ratings. Obviously, Sergio, he said it's a now. I would say that. Taxi Gamer said, I would say now for Blue Beetle fans like myself, and later for everyone else who wants something different from the comic book movie genre. See, my only question is, what do you want from the comic book movie genre?
No one knows.
Exactly. I think that's like Brandon, you said like it didn't do anything. Like what do you want to be done in comics? Well, I'm not trying to like antagonize you. Like a legit question.
I know you're not.
What can comic book movies do to like reinvent the wheel, kind of thing?
No, I just no. You're not. I don't think you're antagonizing me at all, man.
No, like I'm
no. It just I just unfortunately felt like it didn't deliver anything that we haven't seen a handful of times over in other comic book movies, especially when it came to the villain's motivation, basically just to siphon the hero's power, power basically, or take the villain's or take the hero's power. We saw it in to an extent, we saw it in Iron Man. The character of Talbot in the 2003 Hulk movie just wanted Bruce Banner's power. Nick Nolte wanted the Hulk's power. It just kind of felt like we've seen it. The villain, the generic the generic near mute henchman who barely said anything. It just kind of fell into like some tropes that I've seen quite a few times. But The execution itself I thought was decent enough, but I found myself less invested in that and more invested in most of the other stuff. Like I said, especially the family dynamic. I think that's where the movie really shined. But
Yeah.
it just kind of fell into it suffered from generic villain syndrome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, that's what I kind of like got from it. It was like the DC finally made a Phase 1 MCU movie, which is not a bad thing. It's like it's not a bad thing. Like MCU Phase 1 was great, So,
Mhm.
but yeah, it had a lot of similar beats. I mean, there's a whole TikTok of like this having the same beats as Ant-Man.
Yeah,
Like almost beat for beat.
Mhm.
Who was it down here? Same thing. See for yourself said Victoria Cord and Yellow Jacket. Let me make an evil version of the good guy suit and sell it to
Mhm.
that's like you said, it is a trope, but I didn't mind it as much. So
Mhm.
but
Do you think it's because you wanted to like it? Because I
uh
felt myself asking myself that question. Is it because I really want to like it? Is that I'm liking it as much as I am, or is it because it really was good, that good? And I can't answer that because in my mind I liked it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard for me to answer that question because I already did like it. I do.
Mhm.
It is who I am. So I'm going to like those type of movies. I'm going to like. Once again, my problem was with DCU as a whole.
that's
That
the
very,
whole
very
thing.
much with this whole movie. The movie, I
Mhm.
think, feel it was fine because origin stories are origin stories. That's just what they are.
Yeah.
And you're going to get a generic villain because you don't want to get too deep into the story because you want to introduce the character. That's what you're doing. You're introducing the character. So you can't give the main villain the best of all the things. You're just trying to give we're starting off something and then we're going to give you fire when it comes out. My problem is that this origin story is going to evaporate and not be an origin story. And
Mhm.
that's where my issue comes. But it
Because
has nothing to do with the movie. It's not the movie's fault. So
yeah.
I'm not trying to blame the movie. I want everyone to go out and go see it. I think it's good. I hope it has the legs that it deserves. I really do.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, I hope this becomes like an unofficial origin. So the next movie, we don't need to tell the story again. Just have him have the suit and have him do badass shit already. You know what I mean? Like have him continue. Have a sequel. That's why it's like, is it a sequel to an unofficial movie that's not technically part of the universe? I don't know, man. James Gunn might like once Legacy comes out, he goes, and all these movies are canon. Like he might like change his
Mhm.
mind. I don't know. But
But that's why I say don't say anything.
don't say anything. I agree.
Just leave it alone and let us enjoy it for what it is, and then
Mhm.
he could have made that decision later.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man, that was a cold ass movie. Let's go ahead and do a sequel to that.
Yeah. What do you call it? Chapter 1 or something like that? This
Yeah.
is like not phase.
Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, C3 So said tropes are okay as long as you're entertained. That I was entertained. And then Zach said context elevates tropes, and the context elevated the movie. So, which is true because it is something like I've seen this style of movie done before. Like here's the bad guy, and the bad guy is a copy of the good guy, just much bigger. Iron Man 1 did it, for example. But also like Black Panther 1 did it. Like here's the bad guy. He was the opposite of the good guy. We're gonna even give him a similar suit.
He was the most complex of all bad guys, and then because of him, Marvel has been going downhill with their bad guys because they're trying to make all their villains too complex. Instead of just give me a bad guy for being bad. He's just
like
bad.
this movie.
Exactly.
Like this movie. And that was an issue we were talking about before, is like we're not getting villains and bad guys doing bad guy shit because they're bad guys.
Exactly.
They're all complex, or they're all trying to like, this is how I saved the universe by killing half of it, like a Thanos thing. It's like, but yeah, it's like to me, Killmonger is like him and Thanos are probably like two of the best villains ever, for the MCU because
T'Chaka was the real villain.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Friggin' prick.
Oh yeah, that's funny. That's funny. But yeah, man, like I didn't mind some of the tropes in this one that we've seen in other in Marvel. You know, it's like
it's an origin story. That's what origin stories are. They can't. You don't want to get too deep into the character. You don't want to lose all that stuff. And, too early, because then you ruin the storyline. You want to be able to introduce it and then go from there.
Yeah. So by the time it's like he needs to figure it out, and then by the end of the movie they figure it out. You know, and that's exactly what they did. You know, and then there's all the madness in between. But,
Hey, you see, chill.
Brandon's biceps stage.
I'm dating someone right now, Chillmonger.
What?
That's what. Gotta get those.
He was like, I gotta get the pump. I gotta go do 50 extra pull-ups. Right before the show, he was on like.
So man, we need to do something with him flexing. Just have like spoiler kings on his biceps. That's what we need to do when we go to C2E2, man. Put you in like a really tight shirt, so when you flex out of it, it's like spoiler kings on your biceps.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's a Tuesday, bro.
That's a Tuesday.
It's on the Tuesday.
That's funny. See, Zach said Vulture was a great villain as well.
He was. Sure was.
I liked him as a villain more than I liked a lot of people.
Yeah. You know, I like it when villains, you know, have understandable motivations, and you know, Adrian had gotten screwed over by damage control. You know, he was just really doing what he needed to do to get by in sport. But yeah, I really liked Vulture. He may have been, in hindsight, may have even been one of my favorite of this like Spider-Man trilogy.
Who is your favorite villain? Who's the best villain?
Wait, hold on. We'll get into that. Let's finish this up.
Oh yeah, okay.
Let's finish this up. Because I'm gonna have to cut some of that out, make it a little shorter. So one last thing before we finish things up. Rotten Tomato score, very surprising. I was kind of happy with what I saw. With the critics, we got 201 reviews.
Wait. I'm guessing. So
all right, 201 critics.
I want to guess critics are 80.
Close. Brandon, what you guessing? I don't know if you saw it or not yet.
I didn't. 75.
Ooh, 76.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We're playing Price is Right rules. Brandon wins. He didn't go over. But yeah, 76, which I'm like, that's good. I'll take that from the critics. I will take that any day from the critics.
Yeah.
The audience, 1,000 plus verified from the audience. What do you think of the audience?
So you said 76 for the critics. I'm gonna go 78 for the audience.
Okay. Brandon, 1,000.
80. 86.
92.
Whoa.
90.
That's
so
cool.
The audience is loving this movie. In the 90s is really, really good. So that is like super shocking, you know, for seeing some of the negative stuff that is being said about this movie. It being a 92 is really good. Like, you know, so hopefully this is kind of thing of like, maybe it might not, and this is exactly what we said for months at this point. It's going to be a good movie and it's going to flop, you know? So
yeah,
that's exactly what it looks like it's going to happen.
I don't know. It depends what you level would you call as a flop. That's what.
Yeah. It needs to, if this winds up doing one of the better box offices for the DC, then I think it'll be good. But if it's like right at the bottom, then I would say that's a flop. But we'll see. We'll see. I think this movie's gonna have some legs, and in 5 weeks we'll see where it's at.
Yeah. You know, it's too bad. A lot of these good movies like Blue Beetle, Haunted Mansion, you know, they just unfortunately fell victim to just bad timing. I think anything in the wake of Barbenheimer, I know I keep saying this, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm just overthinking it, but I think anything that came out after Barbenheimer or around the same time was just doomed.
How much can you be wrong if it's be responsible for $2 billion?
Yeah,
billion would it be?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. Yeah, I had a lot of fun watching it overall. Like I said, I kind of want to see it again. It like I said, I was really just fond of it from a technical standpoint too, aside from the family dynamic. Like I said, the way that it was shot, just I loved like the whole kind of the kind of fluorescent almost kind of color palette that Soto went for. The synth
It was
soundtrack
very
suited it.
Miami. Very
It was
Miami.
very Miami. It was very Miami, yes.
Not
And the
LA.
synth,
Sorry, Joe.
yeah, yeah. The synth soundtrack just really suited it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's good to see Zola Mariduena, getting to I thought he was the obvious choice for the role, and he did just as good as I expected him to. It's nice to see him, you know, his career reach beyond Cobra Kai because he's a good actor. I hope to see him do a lot. And
he is an action star at this point. Between
he is.
and this one, he is an action star.
He is, and like I said, if James Gunn does want to use this, I know that's looking way forward. But if he does want to use it in this rebooted universe, I'd be all for it. It definitely does lend itself to that. But in the meantime, I would like at least one sequel beforehand. One standalone sequel beforehand. It's enough in its own little corner to where it could lend itself to that universe. But I would like at least one more sequel before any of that.
Yeah. Without anybody coming in and like, oh, here's 15 DC characters.
It does, and it doesn't need to do that. It doesn't need to do that. It's totally functional in its own little corner.
Yep,
that's what I think.
Cool. Anything else, Brian?
Nope, we can leave it at that.
Yep, sounds good to me. So appreciate you guys checking out. If you're watching our replay, hit that subscribe button down there, hit that like button, hit that bell notification so you know when we go live, and you too could be part of the show with us, giving your opinions live. But thank you guys. Thank you everyone in chat. There's so many of you guys in chat. Thank you everyone for hanging out with us. Appreciate it. Stick around. We're gonna finish things up on the live show, and we're gonna talk about some other stuff. But thank you everybody for watching our review of Blue Beetle. And leave your comments down below what you think. But we are out for this one. Appreciate it. And we're going to move on to our next topic for the night. Sorry, man. I knew you were going to say something about villain.
Yeah, no, I was going to say who's the best villain? Who's the best villain you have? I'm talking about period. Like, you want to talk about comic books, you want to go and talk about movies. Who is the best villain that's ever been created? Not the strongest, the best.
I mean, Darth Vader.
I was about to say I was thinking about saying Darth Vader too.
Okay, I'll say superhero movie villain. Okay.
Oh, superhero. Okay. Well, you said anybody. Oh man. Out of all superhero films, or comic book, but comic book or superheroes.
Both, yeah. So.
Both.
Hold
Stop it.
Chill.
Stop it. Yeah.
I mean, I just thought that was very interesting because is it Lex Luthor? Is it Joker? Who is it? Is it Darkseid, or is this Darkseid just the strongest? Who is really the greatest villain of all time?
Real quick, thanks, Preston. I know that I think you said you're going on vacation or something like that. So have fun. I think you said you're going on your cruise or something.
Oh yeah, have a fun trip.
So, but yeah, appreciate it. I checked the email. We'll get in contact, man. Don't worry.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll get in contact soon. But yep, appreciate it. Kim Jong is up there. Has to be Thanos. He accomplished his goal.
He won. Wow.
Yeah, he won.
Good. That's good. That's good.
If we're talking about comic book movies,
almost did it twice.
Avi Arad.
Which one?
Avi Arad.
What?
Avi Arad. Aren't you familiar with Avi Arad?
No.
He was executive producer for a lot of
Yeah.
Marvel movies.
Don't.
He,
Please. Don't.
he's he's the reason he made Sam Raimi like shoehorn Venom into Spider-Man 3 when
Oh,
the
yeah,
original plan was to use
exactly.
Vulture.
By that, I won't say Kathleen Kennedy, guys. By that whole thing. I mean,
yeah,
come on. It's not
he
the
was
answer we're looking for.
he was the prototype Kathleen Kennedy.
I don't know. I mean,
I didn't know that.
Killmonger's gonna be great up there.
No, I'm joking. No, I'm not.
Damn it, Brandon.
I was like, no, just don't, guys. I know where it's going.
I got Namor ahead of Avi. There we go, Zack Snyder.
The Snyder. Oh boy. Zack, he's come after you now.
Yeah.
I'm inclined to say Thanos because he actually accomplished his goal.
Yeah.
And it had lasting repercussions when the snap was reversed. It wasn't like everything was hunky dory again. There were lasting effects of
We're
that.
still dealing with a lot of Thanos stuff.
Yeah, so I could go with Thanos.
I'm huge into Lex Luthor because Lex Luthor is a villain to multiple people, and he's just a regular dude, and he just is huge. I mean, a huge villain. I mean, when it doesn't matter.
Christopher Reeve one, or you just all in general, or
in general, like I'm talking about, you can put all the Jokers in one thing. You can put all it's just I feel like he's the best out of those things.
Yeah, the best villain, best comic book superhero villain.
Yeah,
I mean, if you do like if on screen, I would say probably Thanos. If you're doing like ever, I mean, Darkseid. I mean, if you're going to talk about like that,
I mean, Darkseid is the strongest.
I would also say, I mean, there's there's different versions of Darkseid. There's the whole version of Darkseid where he controlled Superman and he just took over everything. I don't know. I mean, Doomsday killed Superman. So
Doomsday, yeah, but he came back. So come on.
Yeah. Well,
he came back, so it doesn't matter. I don't know. It's a question that I always think about. Who's out
on screen? On screen it has to be Thanos from right now.
I mean, Doctor Doom is amazing.
Yeah, Doctor Doom is awesome.
When you really talk about comic books, Doctor Doom is a villain of huge proportions. Like he is across multiple timelines, across everything. Doctor Doom is a huge villain. He time travels. He does everything.
Yeah.
Doctor Doom is pretty badass.
Yeah, super smart. Zack Tex, Omni-Man, Homelander. They're pretty.
They're
pretty both bad guys. Well, Omni-Man starts off bad. Homelander though. Homelander, throughout the comic book, he stays Homelander. He doesn't go through any, he's kind of a good guy now. No, he just gets worse and worse and worse. So, yeah.
What about Magneto?
I was Magneto, and then shit, I just had it.
Sorry.
No, but Magneto's a great bad guy. Because he has like his reasons, stuff like that. Who'd you say before the?
So either Doctor Doom,
Lex
Luthor, Thanos,
the Maestro. Now the Hulk when he becomes Maestro, because he beats Doctor Doom. Like he's an evil.
But he's stronger, but is he better than Doctor Doom? Since I think what makes Lex Luthor.
He outthinks him.
But what makes Lex Luthor is he's always there. What Doctor Doom does, he beat. Then he get the powers of the Beyonders to create Battle World. Like the dude is Doctor Doom.
Doctor Doom. Oh,
like the dude is off the chain. Like Doctor Doom is really off the chain, and he could be defeated, but you beat him in a battle, but you're never gonna beat him in a war. Like he's gonna always be around.
Zemo was good.
He's fun.
On screen, he was cool. On screen, they changed him a lot, but they changed him. I like the changes they did. Yeah, Reverse Flash. Oh, there you go.
Reverse Flash is a very good one. I like that too.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the goats. He does a lot for live action, animated, and comics. Yeah, he's in all three. Yeah, he's always a good one.
I always thought so. Yeah, I always had the Joker was really high up there.
So he said the Flash CGI is the true villain.
She's the true villain.
Yeah,
you know, but like the Joker, Magneto, Dr. Doom, Lex Luthor, Thanos are all like my top, even higher than Darkseid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Lex is a lot cool.
But as you said, Joker is the villain. I mean, he's it.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Yeah. Joker's the guy. When you say picture a villain, his face pops up. I don't know about everyone, but for me, it's always a version of Joker. And then I go through. Well, there's Heath, there's Nicholson, there's the animated.
It's always animated first,
and now I'm like Joaquin Phoenix is one, but it's always the animated one for me.
It's always first thing I think is the animated one. As much as Heath Ledger is the best acting job, the animated one is the Joker. I always just see.
Yeah. Joker's the most popular because he's just a bad guy that just wants to see the world burn, and he's always been like that. They never really gave him like any kind of reason to be bad. It's just he could be bad.
We just always guess at it. We have no idea why he's that way.
Just the X-Men Apocalypse movie, just the whole movie was just a bad guy. You're not wrong. He reached his limit. Do you think Joker reaches limit?
His reach is limited.
Oh, his reach is limited.
Yeah, but that's why I say Dr. Doom right after that. And Magneto, because Magneto has gone through future, he's been in the past, he's done a lot of stuff, and he's that. I mean, he's the number one villain for X-Men.
Lord Garmadon from Lego
Ninjago.
Only Joker is the one that gets his own movie. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, he's also one of the older bad guys, and you're able to do it without a lot of CGI because you obviously don't need a lot of CGI for a Joker, character, stuff like that. So, yeah. But it is very limited into where he's really only obsessed with
Batman.
I mean, in the Injustice
when he kills, he just kills everybody else because of Batman.
Yeah, like in the Injustice whole thing where he just decides, he goes, I'm gonna go fuck around with Superman, see what happens there, and instantly make Superman like crazy, and like he goes, I'm gonna kill his wife and see what happens. And Superman just loses his shit and becomes evil. It's like so like how Batman is so much mentally stronger than Superman was like he goes, oh yeah, he fucks around, he kills the people, he's all right though, I'll get him, and then he kills one person. Well, he kills a lot of people, but he kills one person that Superman. Superman
has one thing that you just can't kill. Then if you do that, it's over.
So Red Skull is pretty bad. They need to fix him in the MCU. I hope they bring him back now that he doesn't have to guard the stone or whatever they decide to do with him.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
This one. Shredder was great
the entire time.
Shredder is super, super great. Man, I watched a video. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's kind of inclined to say Green Goblin.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's he's pretty much pure evil.
He's going crazy, so I understand that.
Yeah,
he's got some mental problems.
Plus Norman, Goblin or no Goblin, Norman Osborn is just a dick. The Goblin just made him a slightly bigger dick.
Yeah, right. It just released his full dick.
Yeah, just unlocked his full dickheadery.
Yeah. Yeah, Green Goblin has reached Joker levels, kind of with Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but he said Batman will never properly catch his BF
because they have that love-hate relationship. I mean, you see a lot of these comic books are Batman and Joker. They're like, I hate you, I love you, I need you around, and he is the dude I need. He makes me greater.
Lego Movie had that relationship down perfectly.
Yeah.
So yeah. He goes, I got other bad guys on the side. He goes, you're not my only bad guy. It's like it's such a great Batman Joker film, and it's so like it's silly because it's a Lego movie, but it really explains their relationship really well. Like between Joker and Batman, his whole issue of being a loner and stuff. Like it's very goofy at times, but it's a pretty good Batman film. Like his Lex and Joker. Yeah, he's Lex and Joker in one package. Yeah.
Green Goblin really is.
Yeah.
But
Phoenix. Yes.
Nice.
Yes. I freaking love Demolition Man.
Demolition Man is great.
It is great. Great, man. Taco Bell is the only thing that survives.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case, then I wouldn't eat.
Yeah. Well, no one could eat because then everyone's buttholes will be bleeding from all the damn Taco Bell. Yeah, Simon Phoenix was great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go back to like some old school 80s.
That's interesting, though. We really think about. I mean, the answer is always going to be Darth Vader. He's the greatest villain. But when you pass Darth Vader, is it Joker? Is it who is it? I mean, the more you think about it, Magneto is a good one. Magneto is probably up there.
He's up there. Super powerful. He's smart. He has a good motivation to kill humans.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Terry Silver. Terry Silver was good. Good one. All right. But I think that's it, man. Let's at least try to end it a little bit earlier. Before midnight.
Okay.
Well, he said, why is Darth Vader number one? He
is the bad guy.
Yeah, he has the voice.
He has his own theme music, bro.
Mm-hmm. His own theme music.
Well, you hear doom 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 doom. Yeah. That's the greatest bad guy. He's just walking around and say, "Hey, you know how cold I am." Yeah.
He's made to look evil on purpose.
Hey, me too. The Witcher season 4.
That's Brian's. That's Brian's number one bad guy.
Oh man.
He got washed by a whiny son.
But after he actually conquered the galaxy for years, like.
See, but then I mean that's the whole argument is like, did he let Luke win because he realized he cannot kill his son? So he's like, you know what?
Humanity is what won.
His being a parent and being a human and stuff like that. He goes, you know what? I'd rather die by the hand of my son than me kill him.
You're terrible. So Vince McMahon has his own thing. No chance. It's what you might
playing in my head. Walk him come down all stupid like.
Oh man.
His like belt that's way too tight on his jean pants.
Oh. Brandon says, Mr. Burns. That's good.
Mr. Burns is pretty good. Although again, he got shot by a baby. So does that make how evil does that make it? You guys remember that? How big of an event that was?
Yeah.
Like he gets shot. Who
killed Montgomery Burns? Yeah. Or who shot Montgomery Burns? Yeah. Yeah. Darth Vader's more than a bad guy. He's the icon.
He is. Mm-hmm. He's the icon. Oh yeah. He's the icon. The sound, the voice, everything, the look. Yeah. But he said Vince is the greatest villain. in WWE, well, I always say WWF, in WWE and in real life.
In real life, yeah. It's like
yeah.
Oh man.
All right. Let's get out of here before midnight. Appreciate everyone hanging out with us. Man, we were up to like 21, 22 views at a time. So holy shit, man. That's a new peak for us. So we super appreciate it. Thank you everyone in chat, man. See for yourself. Check them out. Zack Attacks, check him out. Preston Reviews, check him out. Chillmonger, check
Come
him
on,
out.
if you don't know Chillmonger, guys, you're wrong.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's just exactly. You're wrong. That's it.
Yeah. House of the Nerd Show, definitely go check them out. They put up a really fun stream with Chillmonger about Blue Beetle and everything like that. And they had a comic book guy on there, Jacob, forgot what his last name, or Jacoby. Sorry, I forgot what your last name was, but yeah, so check them out as well. But I think that's people. I'm sorry, man. We had so many chatters in today. Super appreciate everyone in chat. Loved it all. But appreciate everyone hanging out with us.
Exactly. We all know who you are.
Yeah. Super stuff. But appreciate you guys. Have fun with Ahsoka tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe we'll be live. Maybe we won't.
I think we're gonna be live. I'm gonna be somehow. Me and you gonna be online. Let's doing this.
9:30. You can see that. Yeah. So, have fun. Have fun with Ahsoka.
Hey, you know what? Watch out. Maybe we should do a watch party.
Erica might kill me if she watches it without me, or if I watch it without her. No.
We can't have that. No. Lucas needs a dad.
She's like, he's in there.
Oh, we didn't do his drop, watch, or burn.
We'll start off Thursday with it. So think of a good one, and we'll start off Thursday with
the one in here. It was very good. Yeah.
I might have missed it. Sorry, man.
Hey, we'll have it. We'll have it for you when we come back on Thursday. I'll have it. I'll write it down. It'll be the first thing we do.
Yeah, because I want to do that weekly, man. I those are fun to do. Excuse me. All right, I'm losing my voice. Let's get out of here. Appreciate everyone. Yeah, we'll do the Keep Watch Burn first thing Thursday. We'll start off with that. It's always fun to do. Appreciate it. See you guys on Thursday. Have fun with Ahsoka. Let's get out of here.
All right.
Later, everyone.
Thanks everyone.
Guys.
All right.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're out here.